I'm live and alive, folks, and let me tell you, beautiful day here today in sunny California, Los Angeles. It's 11:12 a.m. on a Thursday. It's Thursday, June 29th, 2023. Live, I'm alive, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful time. Woo! I think that's a little bit too zoomed in. Oh, there it is. There it is. There we go. Folks, this is the part of the broadcast where I tell you a little bit about my personal news, about what's going on in my life, about what's happening in my world in between the time period that I pressed the stop streaming button and pressed the start streaming button. That's right. That was AI-generated HasanAbi Suing's Welcome to the Internet featuring Austin Show and Will Neff. One of the things that I personally love about the AI generation is that it, weirdly enough, makes me sound better than Austin, which Austin demonstrably has a better singing voice than me, but when it's AI generated, well, then no, not on that front. On that front, I clear him pretty hard. But yeah, folks, like I said, this is the part of the broadcast where I tell you about what's going on in my world, and I tell you I will. Aussies are passing through. Anyway, but yeah, last night we had a variety of different KitKats, and let me tell you, it was a fucking mistake, okay? It was an absolute mistake, 100,000%. Why? Well, let me tell you why. Because it was not great. It was not great for the body. It was not great for the mind. It was not great for the soul, okay? I have now developed a genuine distaste for KitKats in the wild. Like, I feel like if I see another KitKat, I might throw up. Maybe we shouldn't have fucking downed so many in a row. But we definitely did get kind of grossed out. TikTok of when Boy had his life changed. All right, Melon. Yeah, here's a quick snippet of that. Boy had a truly life-changing moment yesterday on stream. It was wonderful. 2 or 1?
I'd have a full one.
I'll have one. That smells like a vape.
Okay. It's too late. I already took the full one.
Oh. Okay. Very good. Yeah, I don't even like melon, but that's good.
Do you guys get the thing where you breathe out through your nose and you can taste the sugar so much stronger from these things? It's like they put like a scent
Did you just
on it.
describe the taste? Like, did you just describe the concept of tasting?
Wait,
like,
what? Is this
to
normal?
accentuate the taste, yes.
Oh.
He's eating food for the first time.
Very
Maybe you don't put your
good.
tongue on it,
What did
and
they,
it like...
what did they do to you as a child? Yes, scent is a huge part of taste.
No, but breathing out through your nose.
Yeah.
Who
What?
teaches you this stuff? You have to go to like degustation, like
No,
now
it's
everyone
like
breathe
basic, dude. What the fuck? No, this is like,
This man is lab grown.
like, did you need to learn how to drink water, or did you just start doing it?
He did.
out. No, my parents taught me.
Wait, there's people in the chat that are like, I didn't know this. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I didn't know. Who teaches you to
Wait,
breathe out?
what are you describing?
I'm saying
You cycle air from your mouth and like breathe it out, like push it out through your nose, through the back of your mouth, through your nose to accentuate the taste.
it has a different flavor when you breathe out through your nose.
I've never gone.
Wait, am I the weird one for knowing this? What the fuck?
I think it's like a peak gourmand kind of knowledge.
No, I'm
it's
just
not.
fat. Like I was no, it's not. It's not pre-gourmand. You're fucking wrong for that, by the way. Here, if you want to, like, you just described the basic concept of fucking taste, and you said, "Oh, it's gourmand." Like, no, it's not.
Taste is mouth. You're talking nose stuff.
No, taste absolutely is. Dude, this is basic biology. Okay, I'm losing my mind. Okay,
sorry.
stop trying to defend this position because
I think Chad agrees with me.
yeah, Chad is fucking, like I said, the most maladjusted, socially maladjusted weirdos on the planet. So them agreeing with you is not a fucking bonus. It's not a good thing.
I'm just saying, not many people know you can taste things with your nose. It's like a fly. It's
That's
like tasting things with your legs. It's like, it's impressive. It's an impressive new thing you can do.
Okay, I literally cannot comprehend. At least that there's one positive outcome of that, because the other negative outcome of the KitKat situation was he learned how to taste, and Alex died. He's alive now, but barely fucking hanging on, because after the KitKat situation, we went and we played basketball. And it wasn't even my suggestion originally, because I thought, like, the fuck does this guy know about basketball? I was like, he's not, you know.
A Serbian.
Do Serbians even know how to play basketball?
It's like epigenetic memories.
I know. Well,
No,
I
what?
told him.
That's
I told him he has to play good because because Jokic, right? Jokic. How do you say it?
Jokic.
Jokic.
Although I
So-
mean, like, he's famous in America, so you can probably call him whatever you want.
Yeah, they call him the
He's here
Joker.
now.
So no, the Serbians love basketball. Obviously, I'm fucking joking, but he's anyway. I brought both of them to the fucking courts, and we balled up, and we played 21 at first. And Alex was kind of cooking me a little bit in the beginning when we were playing 21. Big tall boy, played basketball in high school. He said, and I thought to myself, this guy, like, I can't lose to him. I actually like do play basketball. This motherfucker like barely does. And I was a little worried there. And then I won. It's not a big deal. You can pull a chair if you want. You could do that if you.
still got more KitKats? Nice.
Dude, I don't even. I told my brother he could take all the KitKats. He's like, yeah, I'll just like give it around the office. Like I'll share it with the people as like a fun little thing. And I was like, I don't even want to fucking see him. You could burn him if you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want with those KitKats. I never want to see them ever again.
I've never had that feeling before.
Dude,
I was fine for the first 10 minutes, but as soon as we started running, I felt like I was going to throw up. I was just
I've never seen you sit down during a physical activity before.
yeah.
I was hot.
Well, you don't sit down in normal life.
No.
Let alone during basketball.
I felt
It
like I
was
was going
weird.
to pass out. My head was getting dizzy.
You were cranky.
I was angry. Yeah.
Yeah, like I've never seen you in like a shitty mood before.
Yeah, you were shocked. You were
Yeah,
almost scared. You were
I was like
the fuck is
worried
wrong
that
with this guy?
I was worried that I like fucked him up or something.
You broke me.
Yeah, he was literally like, he was like, no, nor,
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not, I can't play, nor.
What is that? That's not,
That's what you said.
No.
You literally sat down. Am I wrong? He
Yeah, I
sat
did
down under the basket like a baby, and he was like, "I'm not playing."
and then 4 of you were just staring at me. You're
just
like, "Can you
standing
play
there.
down? Play down." I was like, "No."
You're
give
like
me,
5 minutes.
Give me 1 minute, and then I just sat there and stared at you guys for a
He
minute.
just stopped. I was like, "Bro, you literally have." You're supposed to have the best cardio out of all of us because, like, you're
You fed me 20
shredded.
KitKats and then made me play basketball.
I know. Meanwhile, the KitKats had a positive effect on Alexa, who was he was balling like he had Serbia on the mind. You know what I mean?
I
he
did.
put the
I always have Serbia on the mind.
He put the motherland on his back.
You were the most supportive teammate I've ever had. Like, ball just comes past me, like, great defense, Alex. Come on, you could do it.
No, you
next
did
time.
play
You
great
got it.
defense. You played great
So
defense.
he's still doing it. He's a hype man.
No,
It's
you
beautiful.
did. You played great defense. You guys both played very well.
Thank you. So did you.
I was not great. I'll be honest. It was not my best performance. I mean, it was all right. We still won. You know what I mean? Make no mistake. I'm not gonna put that out there. But you guys did great. We had another friend join us, so we played like 2-on-2, and Alex and the other dude who's actually good played against us, me and Alexa. And they skunked us. Like, it was at 7-0. It was like 8-0, and then I was like, I really need to start playing.
But then also that was when I just had to sit down.
He had
That's
nothing
when
left in the
KitKats
tank.
kicked in.
Plus, I was just like, I have to play.
I was just eating Alex KitKats while he wasn't looking.
Yeah,
I was throwing them in during the game until he couldn't run anymore.
it was not Ron Artest. No. So we balled the fuck up. Okay. And then that's it. This is the part of the broadcast where I tell them like what I did when I wasn't streaming.
Oh yeah.
For the parasocialists.
Nice.
Yeah, and then late at night, Alex sent me a DM saying I can't go on any longer.
3 a.m.
At 3 a.m.
I was waking up just like farting and burping and like having to shit. And then I woke up and I was like the idea of working out with Hasan at 8 a.m. I was like, no, I cannot do this.
He's like, I can't go on any longer.
But also I texted Hasan. I was like, I can't do this. I'm feeling sick. So he's like, do you want me to take you to the emergency room?
I was just said like, are you okay? You want me to take you to urgent care? Like, what's going on?
It's very nice. But
Bro,
Just ate too many KitKats.
This man has a bottomless barrel for a stomach, okay?
do, yeah.
And after basketball, I was like, all right, so Chipotle time? And he was like, nor. Nor. He doesn't even talk like that normally.
No.
It's the Kit
weird.
Kat.
No, he literally was just like, I can't have food, which was very strange. I've never seen a
That is
situation where
weird.
you were the hungry one and he was like, I'm not eating.
I think I can eat. I eat as much as you in most situations, Hasan. Yeah.
I know.
Or more. Yeah. That was a
What is
weird
this
feeling.
noise?
Bird?
Like a
Yeah.
phone.
Bird?
Do-ga-do,
That's not,
do-ga-do.
bro, this is not Australia. There's no bird that sounds like
I
that.
don't know your birds.
I don't know, whatever. But Adam reaction to Colleen video. What do you mean? Which Adam?
Was that one of the?
Oh, he's one of the yeah. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, we we went and we worked out this morning. Alex did not show up, but he's alive.
You should have done what I do, where you show up and you just secretly don't work out.
You did great this morning. You were working out hard, dude.
Yeah, because I felt so bad after last time.
After being roasted in front of 50,000
Oh, did you
people.
feel? Oh, did you feel bad? Is that why?
Yeah, that's why.
Is that why you were picking up the 20s and going, oh well, we use kilos. 20s actually.
I was like 20 is like super heavy back where I'm from.
Yeah. Like Michael kept telling him, my trainer kept telling him like, all right, do this weight, and he would just like do half of the weight. Like he was he was still cheating.
It's like
Yeah,
you're that stubborn. You're just like, do this. No, I'm not going to listen to the personal trainer. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You're
the
there
type
were
of
dogs
dude.
everywhere. I feel like the personal trainers were like distracted, so I could just kind of.
Oh yeah, that's actually a
my
huge part of
tiny
the
ways.
story I forgot. I brought Kaya to the trainers, and they have two incredibly well trained dogs. One's a Belgian Malinois. You guys have probably seen him before, and you've probably seen if you watch my basketball streams, like IRL streams, like the other one is also an incredibly well trained. It's like a Shar-Pei mix. I think it's like Shar-Pei Doberman mix, maybe. Anyway, Kaya was having the time of her fucking life, dude. She's so incredibly well socialized. I'm a little shocked at how good I've trained her thus far. Like, obviously, there's still some issues with like pulling. I have to do some leash training with her. I have to do off-leash training once I get leash training done too, because I haven't really had her outside too much. But it's crazy. She's so fucking chill. She walked over. She didn't like go crazy at first. She just like sat. I told her, I gave her commands. She was paying attention to me while around these like other dogs and all this stimuli. And then I let her.
So much bigger than her as well, and she was just like handling it so well.
Yeah, no, I mean she's that's normal though. That's
They
like
don't know
puppies
their own
don't know.
size.
So yeah, they just like want to play. And the other two dogs are so well trained. So like she literally fucking ran around, went crazy, played around with the other two dogs, played really well, no issues, no accidents. It was awesome. It was great. And now she's been fucking pooped the entire morning. She literally could not move by the end of it. She would just like plop around the gym. She would like walk around a little bit and just go. So now that's where she is.
I thought it was so funny with like the big Malinois, because she would just be like biting his neck like constantly, and he's just kind of sitting there, just like not reacting. Be like, it's okay, she's a baby.
But he could fuck her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Did you record any of it? No, because I was working out, man. Some things I do.
Recorded. I wasn't working out. I recorded.
Yeah, some things I do, on my own. I live life by myself. She got Grimace birthday shake. I actually was thinking about torturing them a little bit more for staying here by forcing them to drink the Grimace birthday shake. But I don't know. After
That's the one
yesterday's
that kills you?
performance, that's the one that kills you.
I would die. Like, actually die.
I feel like you would actually die because the Grimace shake, like all the Americans are like, oh, it's killing me. Like, it's so funny. But like, it reminds me of that one. What is that shake, chat? Like, remember the one that's like 3,200 calories or whatever? Like, it goes viral every.
More than like a
It goes viral every now and then with the Oreo shake or whatever, the Baskin-Robinns.
Is it just the one with like a whole cake inside it?
$720.
No, there's only 720s. There's another one that's like 2,600 calories.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
this
go.
one. Yeah. This one. Baskin-Robinns shakes up worst food list. Okay. It's a 32-ounce Oreo shake, which contains 2,600 calories, 135 grams of fat, 59 grams of saturated fat, 263 grams of sugar, and 1,700 milligrams of sodium. Like, this is one of those things where it's like
How much is 30 ounce?
260 grams. That is an entire cup of just sugar.
Yeah. It's like you have that. That is like,
Oh, it's almost a liter of milk.
first of all, that's more than my, like I'm cutting and I eat around 2,000. I try to eat around, not yesterday with the KitKats, but I try to eat around 2,400 calories a day.
That's not much.
Yeah, which is not a lot for a big boy like me, but this is more than that. It's 2,600 calories.
That's
so this is more than my
insane.
fucking daily intake, which is crazy.
I want to drink it.
And I feel like it's like this would just kill a European twink. Like a French person, if you like took them off cigarettes for the day and they just consumed this for the first time ever, they would just die. They would perish. They wouldn't be able to survive this.
It's 3 days worth of saturated fat.
Bro, this is like,
Just the amount of sugar.
you drink this and you instantly get diabetes. Like, there's no coming back from that. You need insulin for the rest of your life. You need to be strapped up to an insulin pump after this.
Do we have regulation for this in Australia, or is it just that there's no market for it?
I don't think there's like a specific regulation. I think it's
like-
just there's no people don't want to do this to themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
But I don't think this is popular here.
You have a slow metabolism. I did a cut with 2,200 at 160 pounds and got down to like 8%. Yes, I have a slow metabolism. Yes, I do. So, you know, that's what we did. What is this? The Hasan copy pasta? If you let your girl go alone to the club, 100% she's getting hit on. And 70%
Whoa.
chance she's
He's so
getting
good at that.
piped.
Austin's no, not Austin.
Will.
Will's strong.
Yeah, Will's
I could not
Will's a
do
big,
that.
strong boy.
The fuck?
Yeah. This smoothie legally has to say contains crustaceans due to the amount of calcium carbonate. Fun fact. Wait,
Is
what?
that true?
Oh, it's like if you have a shellfish allergy, you can't drink it.
calcium carbonate. Yeah,
Well, I don't know what that means.
it's like chalk or what shells are made out of.
Oh. Baskin-Robinns should be supporting universal Medicare if they're selling this shit so people can get insulin, goddamn. They don't give a fuck. Oh, calcium carbonate is made from shells. I did not know that.
That's
So yeah, talking about France, you see the riots? Bro, they riot every fucking week, okay? They riot every goddamn week. But anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's what we got going on. These boys are going to go early to the fucking Connor thing because apparently, what is this?
Shantico. That just
In the
looks like
2000s, Star Wars had a very short-lived drink that was just chocolate called Shantico. This was just chocolate.
that sounds amazing.
You could be an Aztec king in Tenochtitlan's golden palace, beloved by the gods, surrounded by subjects who worship you with flowers and gold, and still you would weep tears to fill oceans because the drinking chocolate served in court was not a cup of chocofino. Shantico, drinking chocolate. Immerse yourself completely into the chocolatey chocolateness.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I tried.
Americans are fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
We are so psychotic.
We had a similar drink at Max Brenner, which is like the IDF chocolate shop.
Yeah, just pure chocolate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so popular.
It's funny saying that you can become a god if you drink this. I like that.
Tenochtitlan. I don't know how to say it.
I'm gonna go do some more poos.
Oh wait, do you have a chess set by any chance?
No. Nor.
We'll play it on our phones.
Why?
I just found out they didn't even ask me. They just said, "Well, like you're in Pog Champs."
Oh, really?
It's like a chess event, which is fun. I just don't know how to play chess.
Now we got to train.
Yeah, now you got... Dude, you have a chess master next to you.
Yeah, and your dad. His
Oh
dad's
yeah.
amazing.
He's
at chess.
abusive though.
That's what do you expect from a Serbian chess player?
Yeah, I get that. Barbie-themed ice cream at Coldstone, I repeat. Dude, we have to...
Whoa.
I want one day, like, I want one day of fasting from both of you. Like, all three of us fast for one day, and then we just, like, tank every, like, marketing product that's popping right now.
I love that.
I wonder what would happen.
I think we'd.
Bro,
get
you're
very
like
sick.
you got like a zit on the side of your
Yeah.
cheek.
No, stop
It's
that.
literally
No.
Just
it's
for
breaking
KitKats.
you. American. It's not even KitKats aren't even American. I mean, they are, but like these are Japanese KitKats.
I feel horrible.
Dude, yeah, you don't even know, dude. This shit's gonna fuck you up.
One
What-
day.
Cotton
one
candy
day.
ice cream.
If this is the Barbie one, what's the Oppenheimer one gonna be? Just death. Oppenheimer one is what happens when you eat this and you fucking
radiation.
what you leave in the toilet.
Dance party sprinkles.
The devil works hard, but Barbie's marketing team is insane. Small visual thread of the awesome work as of late. They announced an Xbox-themed console with the Barbie Playhouse. They also built a Barbie dream house in Malibu, and it's like an Airbnb.
Oh, it's just real estate.
I kind of want to
Rent that out.
rent that out. The Barbie dream car featured realistic driving game. Yes, this is very
That's
real.
kinda cool.
An entire Barbie-themed hotel where the cast was interviewed at. Aldo's shoes with the classic Barbie packaging with the shoe drop.
Aldo. These guys
We are
like
getting
so lucky.
multiverse advertising by featuring Barbie in a progressive ad. We've seen creative popcorn buckets and drinks before. This Barbie cup takes the cake. The Ruggable collab is super sweet. What the fuck? They have a Ruggable collab? What is
What's
happening?
Ruggable?
I don't even know.
Just a rug company.
When you spend more on the marketing of the movie, I feel like they've spent so much on the marketing that this movie is going to go insane mode. Like I feel like everyone, every woman and gay person has to watch this at gunpoint. Like,
Does that mean I can't watch it if I'm straight?
No, we can watch it.
I
as
was
well.
about to say I want to watch it, then you said that. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I hate women. I can't. I
Yeah.
can't be one.
People, the U.S. has no original culture. The U.S. Lockheed Martin Barbie.
Yeah.
didn't the U.S. military actually do that?
They
at
did
one
the
point?
breast cancer bombers,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Which is like,
like a pink plane.
I mean, it's like, it's pretty cool because like who's given more birth defects to, to
yeah,
developing nations?
Like
everyone.
depleting
Agent
uranium.
Orange. And,
Yeah. Like without the U.S. military, there would be no need for like any kind of Susan G. Komen Foundation in Iraq. You know what I mean? Like, which I don't even know if they have one. Probably not. But
Well, to be fair, the foundation probably owes a lot to the U.S. military because like you wouldn't be getting the funding if
Yeah.
like if the problem wasn't out there.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like they have to
the
create
original.
the issue. They have to create the issue so that like other people can use it and utilize it. Authorities are on scene at the Barbie Dream House in Malibu after Oppenheimer team responds. Good one. Good one, Aussie.
He's very quick with that. You make
Yeah.
that right now.
Only he was quick with editing. Yeah. You heard me, bitch. Where's the technically you could say that too,
Yeah,
because
I'm
he
up,
edits.
I'm angry.
He edits
Although
for
I need
you.
to respond to him now.
He edits for you guys as well, which is part of the reason why he's so fucking slow at editing. It's gonna be like Morbius, where people will go see it ironically because it'll be so goddamn bad. I don't even think it'll be that bad.
You said Morbius wasn't
necessarily.
bad.
Oh, I didn't think Morbius was worse than any of the other shitty fucking superhero movies. I watched it and I was like, this is the same as Marvel. Controversial opinion. It's all shit.
Yeah.
You know what? You bring up a good point. At first, I was gonna make fun of you, but I'm like, I'm not gonna defend the other
The other
Marvel,
superheroes.
I
DC
was like-
shit. They
I
all
was like-
suck.
I was like, it just the difference between them was so small that I was like, it's not that different. This isn't a different movie to everything you watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna get to covering the news. It's supposed to be an ironic movie based on the Truman Show.
Should we
Greta
go-
Gerwig is a good director. I mean, I believe it.
Go train some chess.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna go
believe
play
it'll be
some
good.
chess.
You guys are gonna go train chess, all right? And then I'm gonna fucking the Macy's. Thank you for the playlist. I'm gonna do some news
Yep.
because we got the SCOTUS decision that just came down, and we'll be talking about that.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye guys. And then you can see everybody and more later at the auction because we're gonna be going to the Connor Dog Veterans Affairs auction for the IDF. Connor Dog is obviously an American veteran, and he loves the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, and we are going to raise money for both the Veterans Affairs, but the Israeli veterans and their affairs, okay? So, district lines race is cool. School admissions anti-racist. Nope, not anti-white racism. Wait, what? Yeah. Supreme Court rules that military admissions can still be race-based for very obvious reasons. Anyway, You see Surovkin got arrested? You were right. He worked with Wagner. Dude, I don't even know what is going on in Russia, okay? You're just making up stuff now, okay? Wrong idea of Hasan. Please explain. Chat is very dumb. Is Hasan being sarcastic or is it really for the IDF chat? What do you think, man? What do you think? You've been subscribed for 47 months. You think I'm raising money for the Israeli Defense Force? Honestly, just think for a second. Or do you think it's perhaps another charity with the same fucking, with the same 3 letters, okay? 47 months subscriber. You can't be this fucking dense, right? Like, come on, dog. Yeah, brother, I'm raising money for the IDF. First of all, I already raised money for the IDF. It's called paying taxes in the United States of America, okay? What more money do I have to give the IDF than fucking paying the American Military Industrial Complex, okay? So I already do that. No, we're raising money for the other IDF, the Immunodeficiency Foundation, okay? The one that is not as adequately funded. Have you spoken about Biden being on the CPAP machine having sleep apnea? He thinks he's sending army equipment to Iraq to fight the Russian. Yeah, we'll talk about that as well. Yeah. Connor is also Connor Dog Veterans Affairs. He's a U.S. military veteran. The toxic gossip train gonna go hard. Yeah, at first I thought I could like fuck around and joke about this, but now I'm realizing like because leftists have no concept of like humor or laughter or jokes in general, I do feel like now maybe they will take it seriously and be like, Hasan is literally giving money to Israel. Yeah. I guess you could call that the toxic gossip train. It's leaving manipulation station. One-way ticket to misinformation station, dude. Oh, bam, blammo, BP after an oil spill. If you let your girl on the toxic gossip train alone, 100% chance she's getting railed, 70% chance she's on her way to manipulation station. I can't tell you how many girls I've railed on the toxic gossip train. Oh, this is such a dumb, god damn it, dude. We're making, we have ruined just my brain and each other's brains. This fucking copy pasta is so stupid. The stupidest one we've come up with, I think. Jesus Christ. All right, anyway, let's fucking blast off. Toxic gossip train is leaving manipulation station. Before heading out to charity auction or deficiency, Immunodeficiency Foundation. Right? Is it immunodeficiency or immune deficiency? The Immunodeficiency Foundation? Or it's Immune Deficiency Foundation. Get in now. Does anyone have a good blast off meme for this? Ironmouse Defense Force? Yeah. Israeli Deficiency Foundation. Here it is. CDawgVA honors fellow streamer ironmouse with auction benefiting IDF. When Connor, also known as CDawg Veterans Affairs, met fellow streamer ironmouse, two online personalities click with several years of experience as a streamer, YouTuber, podcast producer, and voice actor. Mentored ironmouse, a rising star in the streaming world. The pair stream weekly, playing video games together and bantering about a multitude of topics. I thought she was a very interesting and unique person, said It just became a very good It became a very good team. It's always nice to have somebody who you can always rely on and always delivers. Okay, that's funny. All right, this is a good blast off meme. Let's go. This is so dumb. God, we are so stupid as a community. Holy shit. Are the cool gay Kiwi uncles coming back? They're Aussies, man, not fucking New Zealanders. But we'll do something tomorrow. His last name is not Dogwa. No, it's not. Interesting. Couldn't rely on him delivering himself to you in Japan. What is this IDF propaganda? Dude, IDF doing propaganda again, okay? You're right. He says, I thought she was an interesting and unique person. It just became a very good team. It's always nice to have somebody who you can always rely on and always delivers. We're great friends, but we also work really well together professionally. We just became very close. You know, that's really interesting. Because I can't say the same thing about Connor Dog, Veterans Affairs himself, who quite literally bailed last second on a fucking stream that we were supposed to do in Japan. Typo in the tweet, Emue. Fuck. How do you edit the tweet? Oh, here it is. Everybody loses their mind when there's a fucking typo. Like y'all just make it seem like it's the worst thing that's ever happened on the planet. Like, it's fine, okay? It's okay. You're kind of on the toxic gossip train a little bit. Because you aren't an anime girl, get a VTuber model made. How long are the Kiwis staying at your house? Wait, what? It might be over for Ukraine. Last time, Russian President Vladimir Putin is allegedly considering veteran Hollywood star and Aikido expert Steven Seagal as a replacement for beleaguered Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu. Oh, it's done. It's over. It's over. Clear it out. Clear it out. I've been joking about this, but it's happening. Vladimir Putin has decided to deploy Steven Seagal into Ukraine. It's done. It's done. He is going to be the biggest sex pest. He's going to teach Slavs how to do he's going to do weaponized sex pestery. I've been a defense minister for 25 years. Where mama at? We want the panani. And we want the pierogi. I'm deploying Aikido vision on Donbass. I'm so stupid. I'm a stupid person for this. I'm sorry. Where them hospitals at? Second coming of Rasputin? Yeah. How do you predict the future every time? Because I'm a fucking idiot, and I think to myself, what is mathematically the dumbest thing that could happen? And then I just say what the dumbest thing that could possibly happen, and then it ends up happening. That's it. It's literally it. Like, this doesn't require like any sort of expert analysis. I'm just like, and the one time where I was like, well, that's unreasonable. Russia certainly won't invade Ukraine. It fucking happened again. So that was a moment. That was definitely the moment where I was like, no shot. I mean, I'm going forward. I'm just saying the stupidest shit I possibly can think of in a joking manner and saying it surely would never happen. And then, knowing that it will probably happen. I live in shame knowing my mother dated this man. What the fuck? That's awesome. What do you mean you live in shame? That's the coolest thing that I've ever heard. Hey, Majority Report. Thank you for the raid. Hope you guys had a good stream. I tuned in a little bit. I saw Emma talking about how, Tim Pool was ridiculous. And Emma was pushing Tim on basically describing his position for once in his fucking life. And Tim Pool, of course, did not deliver on that front because he refuses to ever talk about policy. But yeah. Goda's waiting till the absolute last second to drop the student loan decision. They're going to drop that like the live hand grenade tomorrow and ditch out on summer vacation. Yeah. This is this is a joke, but it's actually true. Apollo, the gift of prophecy, random internet users trying to be comedic. Yeah. His position is center left. He's very clear about it. Yeah. He's center left. He's as center left as you can get, which is why he supports Donald Trump.
This is what you do. I can invite you on for a real conversation, and what do? Your show's for neo-Nazis. This is why you guys don't get invited places, because you're not having real conversations.
I don't really care about getting invited places.
Yeah, right. So go live in your grifter echo chamber where you guys can play songs with bad audio and then say, whoopsie, grifters.
Whoopsie. Why did he make that? Why did he make that noise with his mouth and throat? Center left to who? Fucking Mussolini? No. I don't even know if he could clear that. Whoopsie. It's a Mortal Kombat reference. I have no idea what that is, but that's crazy. He told Emma that she is to the right of him because she supports Palestine. Yeah, I heard that one. That one was really funny. Does anyone have that link? I saw that clip of them talking about like oh yeah, MrBeast's fucking sexy ass photos on the timeline graced my eyeballs earlier today. This is a great conversation. If you want to understand, if you want to understand Tim Pool's positions, okay, here's what he said.
Worse than, I mean, that's pro-imperialism. That's not, and that's still pro-war.
No,
yes, it is.
A lot of people around the world do a lot of bad things. I don't think the U.S. should be an empire going and funding wars all over the world.
We're not funding wars. We're funding the defense. I mean, like, and there's.
So I don't even agree fully with what Emma is saying here. Like, her position is that our position in Ukraine is purely a defensive one. Like, we're funding the defense of Ukraine. I mean, there's truth to what she's saying, obviously, which it is true. We are technically funding the defense of Ukraine. That is true. Ukraine is invaded. America is funneling weapons into Ukraine. And Ukraine is defending itself from Russian invasion. That part is technically true. Our interests are not obviously honest or good or moral. Our interests in Ukraine are the continuation of that war as long as possible, because that's a really good way to, continue making money for the military-industrial complex. Like, that part is also true, right? We're still using it as a proxy war. It's fine. For the sake of the argument that she's making here, let's
something
continue.
that you can be said where should we draw a certain line? I have already conceded that strings should be attached and we should be involved in peace negotiations, but to flatten the power dynamic.
Yeah, she says we should do conditional aid, which is my point as well, for the record. For those of you who don't know, I have said this exact same thing as well. If you're going to do aid, I would rather have it be humanitarian. And if you're going to do any kind of lethal aid, okay, it has to be conditional. Okay, it has to be conditional, and the conditions have to be that. The conditions have to be that like peace negotiations have to happen.
Dynamics here. I mean, I would imagine this is like the same argument that you hear when it comes to Israel and Palestine, right? Where Palestinians are defending themselves, and then it's, oh my gosh, they are just it's completely symmetrical. Israel and Palestine. These are two actors just battling it out.
So you're in favor of intervention there?
No, I would love to fund the Palestinians so that they were able to have a better life for themselves.
You are to the right of me on foreign policy.
Well, we already fund Israel, dude.
Yeah.
Are you against that?
That's a tougher question. I don't have an answer to.
That's a tougher question. I don't have an answer to it. Why? Because plenty of people in his audience fucking despise Israel, maybe for other reasons. Okay? So he can't come out of the gate swinging because the Republican Party, or at least like the more internet side of the Republican audience, is comprised of people on the one hand who are neocons and like massive Zionists, who are, you know, white supremacists, white evangelical Christians, the largest pro-Israel group in this country, not American Jews, but white evangelical Protestants, okay, for, you know, reasons that I will not get into because it's too long. So that's one part of his audience. And then the other part of his audience is like people who are like, Israel sucks because they're Jews and they control America because they're fucking, the dudes that say that are like the Nazis. So he has to be in this like weird position now where he has to be in this position where he's like, oh, well, that's complicated. It's like, why is that complicated? You just said personally, very confused MB, thank you for the 25, get the subs, by the way. You just said that like you don't think we should be fucking arming conflicts. Like what do you say to like Obama giving $38 billion to Israel and still coming across as like the most anti-Semitic president that America has ever had? What's up with that? Even the most anti-Semitic president, okay, in U.S. history still gave a 10-year $38 billion proposal to Israel, like weapons, munitions, all that stuff. So what's going on there, right? But of course, he can't fucking say that. He can't be like, yeah, that's unacceptable. Because then he'd piss off the Republicans in the audience that are like, no, we have to wipe out the Palestinian scourge, you know, because they're Muslim, or because, you know, they want Megiddo and Armageddon. They want Jesus to come back to earth once that entire area is given to the chosen sons and daughters of God, so that the rapture can happen, and then all the good evangelical Christians can be sucked up into the fucking into space. And then, of course, everyone else, which includes the Jews that are in Israel, die in eternal damnation in hellfire because they didn't convert to evangelical Christianity. But that's we'll cross that bridge when we get there. You know what I mean? That's like their attitude. It's like at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, right? Like, how will I avoid those ads? Well, if you don't want to get sucked up into eternal damnation, or at least 3 minutes of ads at the top of the hour, then all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, right? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. You can also get gifted a sub, and there's plenty of fucking gifters out there, right? Why am I even here with the 5 gifted? Flocky with the 10 gifted. Very confused MB with the 25 gifted. Like, these are all people allowing you to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. Not they believe the Jewish people also go to heaven because they're God's chosen people. They absolutely will not. They do not believe that Jewish people will go to heaven. They believe that Jewish people will go to heaven on the condition that they convert to Christianity. You are wrong. They 100% do not believe that Jewish people will go to heaven. Okay? What are you talking about? No one goes to heaven unless they are converted to Christianity under their way of thinking. You're out of your mind. Jewish people don't even have an afterlife, Lamau. I know, but I'm talking about like the perspective of Christianity and evangelical Christians. White evangelical Protestants, okay, believe the anime style thing that I just explained to you, okay? What I just described to you is not what is going to happen. What I described to you is simply what evangelical Protestants believe in the United States of America. That's like Naruto shit, yeah. Yeah, Christians believe that during the end times, Jews will be given the opportunity to convert or be sent to hell with the rest of us. Hey, does MK34 gifting 5,000 subs with Turk rates means that you lose money if it's lira instead of dollars? No. I just get, like, Turkish sub is 40 cents. So, like, it looks like I have 70,000 subs, but it's not actually 70,000 subs times 5 and then divided into 70/30. It's, like, all of the subs that he's gifted is 40 cents. You pay the difference, Lamau? No, I don't pay the difference. I don't think I pay the difference. No, it's just like like the way I get paid out is I get paid, 25 cents or whatever. Instead of what is it, like $3 that I would get from every subscription? Are you going to be talking about the Supreme Court opinion on affirmative action? Yes, of course I'm going to talk about that. But before, here is MrBeast showing everybody his beast, okay, and how big of a beast he is. Woke up and realized I was so obese, so I started lifting and walking 12,500 steps a day. Still got a very long way to being yoked, but I'm happy with my progress so far. I saw him tweet about this the other day where he was like, I have so much more respect for people. I have so much more respect for people that, what do you call it? That work out. I have so much respect for people that work out, knowing like how much work it goes into it. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this motherfucker's definitely working out. It's basically where I'm at too. When I tell you steps will not yoke you up like that, lol. No, he's probably fucking lifting weights as well. He said he's lifting weights. But yeah, woke up and realized I was so obese, so I started walking. I mean, he was like definitely out of shape here. I wouldn't even say, I don't think he was obese, but he was definitely out of shape here. Starts working out, starts losing some weight. Great for him. I mean, he's a big boy. He's tall. He's like my height, maybe even older. I mean, maybe even taller than me. But Mr. Obese, yeah. He was definitely like skinny fat, you know what I mean? Where you can't really tell. March, I'm back in NA and it's so fucking depressing. Yeah, suck it up, okay? We've been here already. $12,000 steps is a waste of energy, in my opinion. Even 8K is a waste. No, you're wrong. Actually, walking is literally the most effective way to lose weight because when you walk, you do not... Walking is better than doing regular cardio, high-intensity cardio. You want to know why? Because when you walk, it's so like low-effort cardio that over a long period of time, you're basically fucking, you're still consuming a shitload of energy, but you're not getting hungry. Because if you're doing fucking sprints and shit, you get insanely hungry. And then when you get insanely hungry, you end up overeating, and oftentimes eating more than you were supposed to. Yeah. People don't know the benefit of what? Z2 low aerobic. all exercise is good. All exercise is good. Walking is really good exercise though, because you're not fucking anything up. You're not tapping in. Great correlation doing 10K steps a day in mortality starts to trail off after that. Yeah, I think it's over after 10K. You're like maybe walking too much, but it doesn't matter. But walking is definitely one of the most effective ways that you can combat a sedentary lifestyle and stay in great shape overall. Rapper Travis Scott faces possible criminal charges for Crowd Rush Astroworld Music Festival that left 10 dead. What the fuck? Crazy. What are your thoughts on keto? Look, if it works for you, it's great. I am of the mindset that your diet should be something that you can maintain for the rest of your life. For a lot of people, keto is not necessarily something you can maintain for the rest of your life. So I don't think it's great. All fad diets, including keto, basically revolve around the same calories in, calories out principle. You're just adding additional flavors onto it. Okay? You're just adding a different skin to calories in, calories out. If you limit one fucking major food group, one major macronutrient, carbs, then you automatically are eliminating a gigantic amount of calories from your diet. So you're technically not losing weight because you stopped doing that or you entered ketosis. You're losing weight because you eliminated carbs from your fucking diet, which is like thousands of calories that you would otherwise consume, specifically calories that don't necessarily keep you full, because protein keeps you way more full than the empty carbohydrates that would make you feel good and then make you feel fatigued later when you inevitably crash. Yeah, most people think they achieve ketosis, but they're not. And I'm saying this as someone who has actually had the sweet taste in his mouth with like the fucking awful scent when I tried to do it. But like you literally can't even have, carbs aren't empty. They're not necessarily empty. They're just emptier than protein in the sense that like you can, I'm not talking about complex carbs. I'm talking about like straight fucking sugar, okay? Because fiber is still really important, in my opinion. Your body requires carbs, dude. I know. I don't do a ketogenic diet, man. I'm not saying I do it. I'm saying I have tried it. I think it's silly. I think it's dumb. I have a very well-balanced diet, okay? I do not fucking do a keto. I ate like 22 KitKats yesterday. What the fuck do you mean? Does that sound like it's keto? Does that sound like I'm doing keto to you? My Democrat a doctor just had a meltdown over the Supreme Court decision saying that if blacks have to go by merit, they'll never get anywhere. She then compared being black to being mentally disadvantaged. After her rant, she said, "Oh God, I didn't mean that." Racists are losing it. Yeah, this is a real story that definitely happened. Yeah, I'm sure your Democrat aunt, a doctor who cares about black people in America, was saying like, well, blacks are really stupid and that's why they need a fucking upper hand. That's what she was saying, right? That sounds so much like what Republicans say or racists that say things like that. So it's odd that your aunt would say such a thing while also simultaneously being upset about the Supreme Court decision. You are doing what dietitians would agree with? Yes. Did you see the aspartame news? Yes, I did. I don't care. Am I selfish to be happy about the new ruling as a South Asian? Well, you're not selfish. You're just dumb. Like, if you think that this new ruling is going to help you get into Harvard, good luck. Unless your father already is a Harvard professor or is an alumni of Harvard, in which case you probably would have gone into Harvard anyway. Like, people are so stupid about the affirmative action shit. Like, is it a great solution to systemic racism? Fuck no, of course not. But the counter to that, like all of the counters to affirmative action have always revolved around fairness, right? People claiming like, well, technically this is unfair. Wow, in order to defeat racism, you're doing more racism. Like, that's idiotic. You're not doing more racism, okay? Are you fucking stupid? That's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. There are racial wrongs that were committed on the basis, on the virtue of the color of people's skins. Now, in order to correct those wrongs, yes, restitution in some form is going to be on similar boundaries, okay? It's so fucking stupid. This is super basic shit. It is super duper basic stuff, okay? Like, when your arm breaks, you don't patch up your toe, okay? You fix your arm. There is no, well, you know, we gotta look at everything here. Like, it's crazy. Like, you know, I know your arm broke, but you know, I'm gonna look at the stub toe for a little bit here. It's like, that's not how this works. If discrimination was done historically on the fucking basis of the color of your skin, then the solution to said discrimination also has to feature that exact same problem. Terrible analogy. I don't think that's a terrible analogy. I was just trying to do what Malcolm X's analogy is, but not use those same terms. But here's a better analogy, a historically relevant one right now.
I've been silent for the past 90 days because of some statements I made concerning the President of the United States, which were distorted.
They were distorted?
And yes.
What did you say, Malcolm?
Well, I said the same thing that everybody says, that his assassination was the result of the climate of hate.
But
only I said the chickens came home to roost, and which means the same thing.
You did not say that you were glad the president was killed.
No, that's what the press said. What would I look like saying that I'm glad the president was killed?
Malcolm, this is your first public statement in that 90-day period, is it not?
First time I opened up my mouth in 90 days. That's why I'm talking so fast and so hearty.
You feel, however, that we're making progress in this country and worldwide?
No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. They won't even admit the knife is there.
That's it. That's the point. That's the quote.
The progress.
Okay. There you go.
That we're making progress in this country and worldwide?
No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. They won't even admit the knife is there.
Yeah. I mean, it's so perfect. They won't admit the knife is there. And that's what this is. The knife not being there is Ben Shapiro saying systemic discrimination doesn't exist. Republicans saying, or conservatives saying, systemic discrimination doesn't exist. That's it. That's a legendary fucking quote, and it works perfectly in this situation, right? So jbouie had a great quote on this. The Supreme Court has ruled on affirmative action. Per Amy Ho of SCOTUS blog, the court holds that Harvard and UNC's admissions program violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Now, the way that they deliberated on this is so fucked up. As expected, the court has inverted the 14th, okay? An amendment written explicitly to directly ameliorate the conditions of race hierarchy becomes, in conservative hands, an amendment that says it's illegal to try to directly ameliorate the conditions of race hierarchy. There you go. There you go. In a country where segregated school systems still absolutely exist, in a country where the real inequality stems from legacy admissions in college campuses and not necessarily like a little bit of a helping hand to ensure that the student body looks more like the diverse American society, right? Which has demonstrably positive impacts on learning, okay? And education in a multicultural society. These guys went ahead and were like, nah, fuck that, dude. We don't want this shit. We don't want it at all. So the Supreme Court has ruled that affirmative action policies in UNC and Harvard are unconstitutional according to the 14th Amendment. Okay? Where are the originalists now trying to apply the meaning of the amendment at the time it was written? Exactly. Well, I've already told you that originalists or textualists are absolutely just racist, reactionary pieces of shit that try to add an intellectual patina to their analysis when their analysis is just fucking racism or whatever the Republican body demands of that moment. My comment you read earlier was worded poorly. I meant to point out how fucked up it is that SCOTUS thinks affirmative action is an equal protections violation, but drawing district lines to dilute racial voting blocks is totally fine. Awkward. Supreme Court rules against affirmative action with affirmative action hire sitting right there. Wow, that's fun. Yeah. Ketanji Brown Jackson has done more in her fucking life has done more in her pinky than like the entire fucking Babylon B cast. Like, Jesus Christ. That's very gross. But you know, I expect that. She's also one of the more qualified Supreme Court justices, if there is such a qualification that's necessary. Here.
I think we need to talk about white women. I think we need to talk about white women and white women's role and where we find ourselves at today in society. And I don't mean that as an indictment of you white women, but I mean that like y'all need to call a fucking meeting and convene amongst yourselves, because this isn't actually the rest of us problem or anything the rest of us could do. Because white women are the only marginalized or minority group in their mind that vote overwhelmingly Republican. Y'all are the only ones voting in service or better yet, in disservice of your own interests. Because at the end of the day, right, white women have voted Republican. White women, shoot, depending on how you slice it, it's white women's fault if you think about it as RBG should have retired when people asked her to, or it's white women's fault when you think about who the fuck they voted for, right? But white women are the reason why fucking Roe and abortion is no longer a right, which again impacts them most. And same thing now with affirmative action, which again impacts them. Here's the thing: America's a racist country, so things will disproportionately impact Black, brown, and marginalized people. But the reality is, white women treat abortion as their flagship issue. They act like that's the epitome of a white feminist issue. But look at them, overwhelmingly. Anyway, child, way, Amy Coney Barrett, RBG. That's for them to reconcile amongst themselves. But then, a lesser known fact is that affirmative action policies have benefited white women more than any other demographic. More than any other demographic. And yet, so listen, again, anyway, white women gotta go talk to them. They gotta go get y'all's girls together. And before anybody say anything, Clarence Thomas is not one of ours, okay? Don't say it, but Clarence Thomas, yes, Clarence Thomas is a coon ass. He is one of y'all. Let him tell it. He belongs to y'all.
Clarence Thomas is a very interesting figure, obviously. Here's Corey Robbins' analysis. Pages 56 and 58 of Thomas' opinion in the affirmative action case to get the heart of his worldview. Clarence Thomas believes black people should go to black schools. If you look at what black schools did under Jim Crow, you find Clarence Thomas's vision of a black future in America. A chapter in my book on Thomas and affirmative action is called Separate But Equal. I think it's no exaggeration to claim that Thomas takes his inspiration from Jim Crow. If you don't believe me, read footnote 12 on P57, page 57 on his affirmative action opinion today. Yeah, Clarence Thomas is a firm believer. Clarence Thomas is a firm believer of like I've said this before. He's like a black nationalist, segregationist who has no belief in the system. I think like this was elaborated on further in the famous Chapo episode that I'm sure many of you have listened to. It's not. Clarence Thomas is probably the most interesting Supreme Court justice. No, it's not just that, like, saying he's a dumb fuck or saying it's like Uncle Ruckus doesn't arrive at the actual opinion, because he does have certain black nationalist roots in his like intellectual development, which is part of the reason why he has like very odd takes on certain matters. Dr. Umar would like to have a word with him. I mean, his wife is white, so that also presents. It's similar to Dr. Umar in some respects, certainly, but also, again, his wife is white, so like that also plays another role in like how much of an enigma he is. You know what I mean? I'm not even kidding. I think Alexa is whistling upstairs, like singing a song while whistling. I think his odd takes and inconsistency are just because he's dumb, no ideology, too stupid. Listen to him talk. Guy has rocks in his brain. I believe I learned from Mike from PA that Clarence is a black defeatist. He thinks you can never change white people's minds on racism, so give up and fall in line. It's not necessarily that he believes in giving up and falling in line. I think he legitimately, kind of like Thomas Sowell, who is also not great, really bad overall. Every racist's favorite black intellectual, Thomas Sowell, he believes that capitalism, black capitalism, is a reverse Fred Hampton. Black capitalism is the only way for black people's emancipation. Thomas Sowell is also every libertarian's favorite economist. Yeah, Thomas Sowell is a person who has allowed, not that like white people need this allowance, but like has given more ammo to white racists in feeling emboldened about their white supremacist positions, because they can always turn around and say, look, there's a famous black economist that agrees with me. What the fuck are you talking about? And liberals have no counter to that. Kind of like Jay-Z and Killer Mike. I wouldn't say Jay-Z and Killer Mike are at that level, but Jay-Z and Killer Mike are in their political journey have arrived at like a similar perspective. Not as bad as like Clarence Thomas, obviously. Okay, but outside of Clarence Thomas, who has been vying for the opportunity to fucking eviscerate affirmative action, you know, let's cover the actual heart of the matter here. President Biden gave remarks on the Supreme Court's ruling on affirmative action. Let's start there.
45 years, the United States Supreme Court has recognized the college's freedom to decide how to build diverse student bodies and to meet their responsibility of opening doors of opportunity for every single American. In case after case, including recently, just as a few years ago in 2016, the court has affirmed and reaffirmed this view, that colleges could use race not as a determinative factor for admission, but as one of the factors among many in deciding who to admit from a already qualified pool of applicants. Today, the court once again walked away from decades of precedent and as the dissent has made clear. The dissent states in today's decision, quote, rolls back decades of precedent and momentous progress, end of quote. I agree with that statement from the dissent. The court has effectively ended affirmative action in college admissions. And I strongly disagree with the court's decision. Because affirmative action is so misunderstood, I want to be clear, make sure everybody's clear about what the law has been and what it has not been until today. Many people wrongly believe that affirmative action allows unqualified students to be admitted ahead of qualified students. This is not how college admissions work. Rather, colleges set out standards for admission, and every student has to meet those standards. Then and only then, after first meeting the qualifications required by the school, do colleges look at other factors in addition to their grades, such as race. The way it works in practice is that
I love people getting so fucking mad about this, but it's literally true. Okay? It's true. College campuses, just like any other fucking institution, absolutely have the opportunity to say and have did have all of the fucking all of the freedom to say, we want a diverse body that represents the American diversity. Like, we want to recreate a multicultural society in our little ecosystem, right? That, we believe, is really important in formative years for development. That's it. It's ridiculous to be like, nah, dog, you're not allowed to do that, actually. Like, it has to be fucking SATs only. As though the SATs are like a good indication. As though any of you dumb motherfuckers are going to get into these schools anyway. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Okay? If your attitude is like, well, technically, like, I believe in a meritocratic approach, which, you know, no such thing really exists, okay? If that's what you truly believe, then eviscerate legacy admissions, okay? Eviscerate legacy admissions. That's why you're dumb, okay? You're dumb for getting upset about this or celebrating this decision, thinking that it's going to change anything dramatically in anyone's lives, when legacy admissions are right there and infinitely more significant, okay? I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and 43% of white people that are admitted to Harvard are either legacy parents or that are faculty or family that has donated to college. Yeah. Hasan, I regret to tell you that you have anti-Asian politics. Your recent report on Asia and Asian-related news has been horrible. Why can't we do the two things at the same time? They are not mutually exclusive. Wait, you think I'm anti-Asian politics because I think the Supreme Court decision... Wait, what are the things that I did that were anti-Asian? Is it Shine? Is it because I said the Sheen factory conditions are actually not in the way that they're representing it when they do that dumbass PR marketing? Is that what you're saying? How much... Dude, I'm sorry. There is nothing more annoying to me than fucking first generation, second generation, third generation Asian motherfuckers who are dogs to white people, okay? You are literally barking for white people. Shut the fuck up, okay? They do not give a fuck about you, dumbass. Shut up. Shut up. This entire affirmative action thing being like, oh, well, this is actually a really important day for Asian people. Like, we should be celebrating it. That entire institution that brought this up to the Supreme Court is led by white people. They just put Asian people in the front because they realized if they were doing it for white people, then it would have been demonstrably white supremacists, and people would have said, oh, this is fucking bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. So what do? They turned around and they put a bunch of Asian dudes in the front as props. And some of you dumb motherfuckers ate that propaganda hook, line, and sinker. Okay? It's so dumb. See, you're doing it. Suck my dick, dumbass. This guy's literally like, no, I am the model minority. Yeah, okay, dude. No, you don't understand. The model minority myth is not a myth. I literally am that. I love math. I'm so Asian. I love math. Please. Is that what you're going to say next? Dumbass. Shut the fuck up. Come on. Go ahead. Come on. Give me what I'm doing here that you think is anti-Asian. Talking about affirmative action and You said yesterday that Manji is one direction and swastika is another. That's why I'm anti-Asian? Oh, brother. Correct. I'm an Asian with a sweaty gene and it sucks. Lol. East Asians have different front teeth too, inner side of the teeth. Chat is so delusional. Okay, so you're agreeing with me, so I was right about that. Chat, stop being so Eurocentric challenge. Why are chat surprised at the Asian part? We were constantly threatened in public transport. By the way, I don't agree with what the killer did. Why are people so triggered about this woman? Even spend time on this argument? This motherfucker's only... Why should Asians lose under affirmative action, though? So what? Benefit white women the most. Motherfucker, get into Berkeley then, okay? Suck my dick. Get into Berkeley. Go get into Berkeley. Go get into any of the fucking University of California schools then, okay? Shut the fuck up. There's plenty of schools you can get into. I want to know your GPA. Since the peak of desegregation for black students in 1988, the share of intensely segregated minority schools, that is, schools that enroll 90 to 100% non-white students, has more than tripled, from 5.7% in 1988 to 18.2% in 2016, harming our common future. America's segregated schools 65 years after Brown. This shit is getting worse. To pretend that we are in a post-racial world is ridiculous. The least we can do is provide a Band-Aid. Exactly. Hey, you want to know what's great? At least you could tell your disappointed parents that you couldn't get into fucking Harvard and Yale because you're Asian. Now you don't have that. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? Now you just couldn't get in because you're a dumbass, okay? At least you had that. You could have just been like, oh, well, I'm Asian. They're discriminating against me. Now you don't even have that. You're fucked. You got no excuse. The entire conversation quite literally fucking started with a white guy, okay? A white guy and his organization decided the best way to sell this to Americans is not by focusing on anti-blackness or focusing on any kind of other considerations, but instead focusing on fairness, because Americans love the notion of a meritocracy and a meritocratic process, okay? That's what it is. It's the same shit with like trans students playing fucking high school basketball or whatever, high school wrestling. It's the same concept, okay? Reverse transphobic sentiment into a conversation that revolves around this idea of fairness. Reverse affirmative action, which is a Band-Aid solution and certainly not a successful one, all that successful one, really. It was just like marginally drip feeding more black people into the upper echelon of like professional managerial class positions, like slowly but surely. Just a couple extra black people, okay? That's what it was slated to do. That's what it was doing. White Americans would have never allowed any sort of like real fucking restitution. They would never allow reparations, you know what I mean? So they just did this. And then, you know, even that was too much. So we rolled it all the way the fuck back, you know? UC enrollment demographics. Yeah, University of California doesn't have, what do you call it? They don't have the, they only do statistical aptitude tests, right? They don't have like any kind of consideration. They struck it down. There's no affirmative action in the UC system in the state of California. They do comprehensive analysis, but they do not factor in race at all. Admission staff should take into account the effect of race on their lives rather than trying to hit a quota. There exists a leftist argument in support of affirmative action in this decision. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is here. Race-conscious admissions are on a stronger footing than ever. The new rules for race-conscious admissions actually seem more in line with the left-wing rationales for affirmative action. These rationales are focused on the ways in which past and present racial oppression has affected people's lives, necessitating a race-conscious remedy in the form of affirmative action. Except that is how affirmative action has always been perceived. Okay? It's not necessarily just racial quotas, but the way that they fucking allow certain groups of people that wouldn't fucking hit the statistical aptitude test requirements that everyone else has was literally this. How has race factored into their personal lives? That's why they call it a holistic approach. But motherfuckers have lied and literally made it seem like, no, it's just a quota. It's just a quota. It's just a quota. They're just taking like a fucking 2.5 GPA black student and like plucking them into Harvard as though that is the case. No. Bro, I fundamentally agree with the concept of affirmative action, but I go to a T10 school, and from what I see, many of the students who could benefit from affirmative action are wealthy black families and or esteemed immigrant families. I know this is a sensitive topic, but is there a way to do affirmative action based on class as opposed to race? We're never getting anything. We're never getting anything based on class, okay? If anything, if you want to abolish, again, if you want to create true meritocracy, then you have to literally destroy legacy admissions. You won't. That is the most classist one out there. No more gifting fucking library wings to Harvard and Yale. No more legacy admissions that factor into your consideration, right? And even then, why would you assume those black people are there due to affirmative action? Isn't that racist? Obviously not every single black person that's gotten into one of these institutions is there because they benefited from affirmative action. That is a racist take. You're absolutely correct on that. What people love to point out is the averages, like the average GPA or the average SAT score, as though those two are the only reasons why people get into fucking college, okay? That's not how that works. That's never been how any of this works, but they have basically whittled it down to that, okay? It's not just extracurriculars. It is how race and your socioeconomic status, oftentimes tied to your racial background, has carved your personal experiences. Okay? These are all woke schools, so I don't know why Republicans care. First of all, they're not. Let's be fucking real. There is no fucking wokeness in Harvard, okay? These are the war crime schools. Let's be fucking very real about that. Yeah, these woke-ass war criminal schools, man, it's my favorite. Anyway. Oh, by the way, they have a caveat footnote. The ban on considering race in admissions does not apply to military academies. Interesting. Anyway. Yeah, woke ass military, baby. It's because gay General Mark Milley, they them military. It's because gay General Mark Milley wants a they them military that's full of other races, non-whites. That's the problem. That's what's going on here, folks. Stay woke. Be aware of it. Is there any data that actually shows going to these Ivy schools benefit your career outlook? Like, there may be correlation to the most Ivy kids being rich, trust fund babies. Yes, going to Harvard definitely gives you an advantage because college isn't like the best at educating you. You can learn. It's about networking. If you have worked your fucking ass off and have basically squeezed your way into Harvard without any sort of like legacy admissions help, you are now sitting next to oil barons' children, okay? All of a sudden, your homies from college are the ones who are flying around the world in private jets, whose parents are fucking trust fund children, who have a maximum amount of intergenerational wealth. These are the people that will offer you job opportunities down the line. You get to network with the wealthiest people on the fucking planet. That is profoundly important. That's how that's how you get a job. There is no real, in this day and age, there is no real meritocracy. There's never really been a real meritocracy, okay? We're not in fucking China. All right? We don't live in China. We don't live in Korea. We don't live in Japan. We don't have the same like interests in or thousands of years of tradition in like upward social mobility through our schooling system. If that was the case, then there would be a base level of material equality in schooling, no matter which fucking village you're from, okay? We don't have that shit. And now I wouldn't even say Japan and Korea have like the same principles, but let's be real. The only reason why getting into Harvard or getting into these top institutions is who else is there with you. Anything like that in Turkey? Yes. Turkey, for example, has better schooling in public institutions than private ones. Now, that might have changed, but when I was growing up, yes, you get tested in 8th grade. Okay? You choose whether you want a science focus or a like lit social sciences focus, right? And then in 8th grade, you get tested on it. And depending on your scoring, you can get into some of the top institutions in the country. And the top institutions in the country are free public education ones. And then moving forward from that, you do the same thing again in college. And that system is not great either, for the record. Okul sistemi ülkede torpil olmayan tek yer. Hocalar mükemmel değil ama upwards mobility var cidden. Like, even that system is fundamentally flawed, okay? And even that system allows for wealthier parents to be able to offer more opportunities, okay? I'll give you an example. Myself, I was never the fucking scholar, okay? I was never a great scholar. I did not like school. I liked having fun. Not a big fan of studying. And I was certainly not good at test taking. But it didn't matter. I went to darsane, which are cram schools. They have it in Japan and China and Korea as well. This is a concept that we have in Turkey as well. It's called darsane, which is cram school. And you learn how to like do better in this test. You have to pay for it, right? You have to pay for that. Some people do not have the money to pay for it, right? My parents did, and I still didn't do that well in the 8th grade testing. So what happened? I went to a private school instead. I went to one of the top private schools in the fucking nation at the time, which offered a tremendous education for me. Why? Because my parents were rich. So there are still ways of getting around the meritocracy, even in the Turkish system. Okay? There's always ways. When there's a will, there's a way. When there's fucking wealth, there's a way. Rich parents, Pago. I mean, dude, what do you want me to do? Fucking lie to you? Like, I don't give a shit. I've never lied about my background, okay? I've never lied about my background. My parents were very affluent when I was growing up. It gave me a tremendous amount of fucking, it helped out a lot, okay? It helped out a lot. It did. Now, by the time I got to college, they had nothing left, but it doesn't matter because the benefits had already been baked in, okay? I still went to a great school. Gave me a lot of opportunity. Motherfucker went to Fethullah Gulen High? No, I went to Ted Ankara College. Countries like China and Korea have a much greater focus on standardized testing in America, where SAT is a singular, albeit important factor in a holistic process. People study 10 hours a day for years for the Guao Kao, and dozens of people literally kill themselves each year in China because they didn't do well on it. Yeah. By the way, that Chinese standardized testing concept has existed for like thousands of fucking years too. Or the idea that like you can work for some form of like Chinese local government, and that is a way for you as a peasant to engage in some kind of upward social mobility. That is not like a new principle at all. This shit has existed for a very long time. Anyway. So, Chinese testing was Confucian in origin 2,500 years ago at least. Yes. It used to be a test for bureaucracy, okay? And that has continued into the private sector and also civil service now. But my point is, in America, we have a different process, okay? We don't have the same level of focus on standardized testing. And I don't even think that focus on standardized testing is good either. Okay? There shouldn't be... I've talked about this before. It's not... You don't hate nepotism, you hate capitalism. And nepotism is yet another example of capitalism in action, okay? You wouldn't give a shit about nepotism if you had the opportunity to work at whatever fucking job you wanted to. If your educational... background was relatively on even footing, regardless of your fucking financials in the beginning, okay? You just wouldn't care about that at all if you went and actually got a good job and you had job security and you had a meaningful future and you had some level of autonomy in the fucking workplace. You wouldn't give a shit if someone's uncle or someone's dad owned a fucking HVAC business that they ended up getting into. You know what I mean? That's like... That would not be a thing. You should be like, yeah, of course people are going to fucking help their families out. Who gives a fuck? Or of course people are going to help their friends out. Who gives a shit? Would be your attitude. But the only reason why this is like seen as this like gross perversion is because capitalism comes with a false understanding of meritocracy, a lie that meritocracy is a real thing, right? That's why people get so fucking frustrated with this shit. You wouldn't give a fuck about legacy admissions in Harvard. Well, most people still don't. But people that understand the process wouldn't give a fuck about legacy admissions at Harvard if you could get a similar education and similar job opportunities, which you do get a similar education to Harvard in any fucking school, by the way. But job opportunities purely based on, your educational background rather than who you fucking know. Okay? None of these tests help evaluate when there's systemic barriers to adequate health care. I would Had a doctorate in pharmacy, 7 years of college, and only just found out I have ADHD, which severely impacted my testing scores. That's why affirmative action is meant to be broader than tests. Yeah. Anyway. Why is all this deferred to SCOTUS? Well, because that's what SCOTUS does. But you want a zit patch? I have it on my sink. You just put like a little patch and it like covers it. Yeah, in between my two sinks in my bathroom, you will find a fuckload of zit patches. Just put it on. Sinks? Yes. I know. It's a beacon of prosperity.
This. Colleges first established a qualified pool of candidates based on meeting certain grade, test scores, and other criteria. Then and only then, it is from this pool of applicants, all of whom have already met the school standards, that the class is chosen after weighing a wide range of factors, among them being race. You know, I've always believed that one of the greatest strengths of America, you're tired of hearing me say it, is our diversity. But I believe that. If you have any doubt about this, just look at the United States military. The finest fighting force in the history of the world. It's been a model of diversity. And has not only made our nation better, stronger, but safer. I believe the same is true for our schools. I've always believed that the promise of America is big enough for everyone to succeed, and that every generation of Americans, we have benefited by opening the doors of opportunity just a little bit wider to include those who've been left behind. I believe our colleges are stronger when they're racially diverse. Our nation is stronger because we are tapping into the full range of talent in this nation. I also believe that while talent, creativity, and hard work are everywhere across this country, not equal opportunity. It is not everywhere across this country. We cannot let this decision be the last word. I want to emphasize, we cannot let this decision be the last word. While the court can render a decision, it cannot change what America stands for. America is an idea unique in the world, an idea of hope and opportunity, of possibilities, of giving everyone a fair shot, of leaving no one behind. We've never fully lived up to it, but we've never walked away from it either. We will not walk away from it now. We should never allow the country to walk away from the dream upon which it was founded. That opportunity is for everyone, not just a few. We need a new path forward, a path consistent with the law that protects diversity and expands opportunity. So today,
Chat, I think the bots left us. Finally. The bots might have gone bye-bye. Say bye to the bots, chat. Seems to me like we're at 43. We went from 43 to 33. Bye-bye, bots. Bye-bye. No more 50K Andy. What did Twitch say about the bots when you called? I didn't talk to Twitch about the bots. I was responding to something else that people were saying in the chat. And then that account on Twitter clipped it together as though I was talking. It was two separate things. I shot something for Twitch. That's why I was on a call with them, because I was doing a virtual shoot for them. Fell off, bro. Yeah. Fucking 30K Andy fell off. It's over. It's Jover. It's never been more Jover than it has. Why were there bots again? I have no idea. I don't know why anyone would like fucking buy view bots for someone else. Like, I don't understand that. At least the ad break's gonna be fat this month. No, man. Bots don't get served fucking ads. I don't think that's how that works. Bro, those Ludwig numbers. Okay, first of all, let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know, All right. Okay. Try and get you banned. Yeah, I don't know why they thought that would actually work. Like, why the fuck would... Why would Twitch be like, oh yeah, this guy who's like... who's one of our top content creators on the platform, like, went and botted his stream in the most obvious ways possible. And then also simultaneously it was this guy, Miskiff, Pokimane, and Kai Cenat, and Phantom. Like 5 people that have either refused to go to Kick. Like, I'm not even saying they're the ones who did it, right? Or have like talked poorly about Kick or whatever. And I don't even think like it was Kick that did it, right? And I think Real Rage as well might have gotten botted too. Yeah, look at this. Kai is currently being view botted. He's not actually on 74K views. Kai Phantom and Hasan Pokimiski getting botted in the same week. Now I wonder who would do such a thing to them. You know what I mean? Like, it was very weird that the people that were getting botted were... I don't really know what the motivation would be, so I don't want to accuse anyone, but because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Only if you had some enemies that don't think things through, but also have a ton of money. Not sure. Yeah. It was like a gift. You know what I mean? It was like weird because like everyone understood that like we just didn't do it to ourselves randomly. And it was just like it inflated my numbers for no reason. You know what I mean? I mean, thanks, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't know why you did it. It was to fuck up your user ratio. Make Twitch look like a less legitimate platform, maybe. Sounds like a gamble. Yeah, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, folks. Know when to walk away, know when to run. But thanks, I guess. I mean, it was fun while it lasted. Am I dumb for not understanding how viewbotting opposition hurts them? Is it just an attempt to frame you for viewbotting and get you banned? Yeah. Someone else viewbotting you can either be because like there's a fan who like wants you to look like you're, I don't know, doing better than you actually are. Or I guess like if it's from an antagonistic position, it's someone doing it to you because they think that like, you know, Twitch will take action against you because like the implication is you botted yourself. You know what I mean? Because obviously view bots are illegal. You get ad money from bots? No. I don't think you do. This is probably the work of a streamer you need to make because you're all dirty commies. Yeah. Does it put extra strain on your bandwidth? No. But it was odd. That's why I just don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm not even making I'm not making an assertion that it was like Kick or some shit. Even though the people that were getting botted were like people that didn't go to Kick, right? But I thought people were just hyped for the samurai stream like I was. No, I think there was a like around 20K inflation. I don't know if it was like a 20K inflation, but like we went from 43 to 30 now. Like it was like around 15K to 20K probably. Because throughout the entire process, I would check my chatters and like right now, for example, I have there's no botting, right? We have 30K viewers. So we look at chatters to see how many active chatters there are. There are 25,317 active chatters, which means that Like 25,370 people have like chatted in the chat. There's still like around 5,000 lurkers. Now that number can range from like 25 to 5 to 25 to 10 even, right? Depending on what I'm covering, how many people are watching on their TVs, how many people are watching on mobile, how many people are watching on their desktops. So, so right now that's like normal, right? 25K chatters to 30K viewers. That's normal. When I was at 50K, I had again 25 to 30K chatters, but then it was like 50K viewers. That's not normal. Check again. It doesn't update that fast. It's not active chatters, just logged in users. No way all 25K are chatting. Yeah, that's true, actually. I think it's more so just like logged in users who are watching. But if it's a big news day, then the lurker number skyrocket past the chatter count. This would be like for 100K plus streams. Yeah. But on a normal day, you know, it's on a regular old day, it's usually like I'm around 30, 35K with like, you know, 25K plus active chatters. Does this happen alpha? No, it has never happened before. Red Cyber Dragon 29, thank you for the 5 gifted. It's literally never happened before to me. Any of a much higher viewer to chatter ratio? I think I probably do. I would suspect I do because I'm very interactive in comparison to other large content creators on this platform, especially at the top of the hour when I tell you that there's a 3-minute ad break coming. And then, you know, I tell you that if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. Puffins of Doom, thank you for the 25, get the sub. 25 people are now allowed to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Now they can avoid that as well. Interactive KW, I mean, yeah, I am incredibly interactive because I'm literally fucking responding to chatters every single moment of this stream. That is not normal. That's abnormal. It's not even sustainable for the, you know, mental health of the streamer. X Mixed Reviews X, thank you for the 5 gifted, allowing 30. Stop saying don't respond to this because I won't respond to it, even though I kind of did. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. IX Nay Udwe, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Chat is also comparatively more coherent than most. If you use tools like ChitChat, this chat is a lot less spam than, say, ForceCenter or XQC. Yeah, but like, I kind of like, in certain instances, I like the hive mind of XQC's chat. Like, they can be really funny. And ForceCenter's chat as well, even when they're creating memes. Like, hive minds can be good. You guys leaving? All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Damn, looking fucking fan. Dude, come show the fit off, dude. Get in here. Show this fucking fit off, brother. God damn, this guy is a fucking fashion icon. You gotta move a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Guy is not even waking up to your. Yours is a kick in her cage.
Hello. Got to make up for the lack of exercise with a dress sense. I think that's the way it works.
What do you mean? You exercise your fucking ass off, brother. You exercise hard.
Oh shit! Okay. We'll see
All right. All right. See you there. Can you DM me the address of the place we're going to? All right, thank you. But yeah, bye-bye to all the bots. Is that your lover? Those are my lovers, plural. Where are you going? We're going to a charity auction that Connor Dog Veterans Affairs Office is putting together. Yeah. Kai has been so quiet and chill these past couple streams is because she wore herself out. IDF is what we're raising money for, and we're not talking about Israel. Okay, it's immune deficiency. All right, let me just fucking finish this goddamn Brandon
Today,
statement.
I want to offer some guidance.
Talk
to our
about
nation's
affirmative action a
colleges
little bit.
as they review their admission systems after today's decision. Guidance that is consistent with today's decision.
I gotta pee. I'll be back.
They should not abandon, let me say this again, they should not abandon their commitment to ensure student bodies of diverse backgrounds and experience that reflect all of America. What I propose for consideration is a new standard, where colleges take into account the adversity a student has overcome when selecting among qualified applicants. Let's be clear, under this new standard, just as was true under the earlier standard, students first have to be qualified applicants. They need the GPA and test scores to meet the school's standards. Once that test is met, then adversity should be considered, including a student's lack of financial means, because we know too few students of low-income families, whether in big cities or rural communities, are getting an opportunity to go to college. When a poor kid, maybe the first in their family to go to college, gets the same grades and test scores as a wealthy kid, whose whole family's gone to the most elite colleges in the country, and whose path has been a lot easier. Well, the kid who faced tougher challenges has demonstrated more grit, more determination, and that should be a factor that colleges should take into account in admissions, and many still do. It also means examining where the student grew up and went to high school. It means understanding the particular hardships that each individual student has faced in life, including racial discrimination that individuals have faced in their own lives. The court says, quote, nothing in this opinion should be construed as prohibiting universities from considering an application's discussion of how race has affected his or her life, but be it through discrimination or inspiration or otherwise, end of quote. Because the truth is, we all know it, discrimination still exists in America.
We all know it.
Discrimination still exists in America.
He is so bad at reading the teleprompter. Like, I don't know if it's the CPAP machine not hitting. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things. Maybe it was one of those things where it's like, when you don't get a lot of sleep, you get used to like sleeping 4 hours a day. And then the one time you sleep like 8 hours a day, you've overslept and you're more tired. I think that's what's going on. He's like actually getting a good night's sleep for the first time in his fucking life. And it's just making him sound worse.
Discrimination still exists in America. Today's decision does not change that. It's a simple fact. If a student had to overcome adversity on their path to education, the college should recognize and value that. Our nation's colleges and universities should be engines of expanding opportunity through upward mobility. But today, too often, that's not the case. The statistics, one statistic, students from the top 1% of family incomes in America are 77 times more likely to get into elite college.
Damn, that's crazy.
From the bottom 20% of family incomes. 77% greater opportunity. Today, for too many schools, the only people who benefit from the system are the wealthy and the well-connected. The odds have been stacked against working people for much too long. We need a higher education system that works for everyone, from Appalachia to Atlanta and to far beyond. We can and must do better, and we will. Today, I'm directing the Department of Education to analyze what practices help build a more inclusive and diverse student bodies and what practices hold that back. Practices like legacy admissions and other systems expand privilege instead of opportunity. Colleges and universities should continue their commitment to support, retain, and graduate the first students and classes. You know, and companies who are already realizing the value of diversity should not use this decision as an excuse to turn away from diversity either. We can't go backwards. You know, I know today's court decision is a severe disappointment to so many people, including me, but we cannot let the decision be a permanent setback for the country. We need to keep an open door of opportunities. We need to remember that diversity is our strength. We have to find a way forward. We need to remember that the promise of America is big enough for everyone to succeed. You know, that's the work of my administration, and I'm always going to fight for that. And I want to thank you all. And I know you've been told I have a helicopter out there waiting to go up to do an interview in New York. I'll be talking more about this, a live interview. But thank you very much, and we're going to have plenty of time to talk about this. But we're not going to let this break us. Thank you.
President Biden, the Congressional Black Caucus said the Supreme Court has thrown into
Yeah, the Hasan Minhaj video on affirmative action is pretty good. I think it covers all the basis of like why it's stupid to like look at this as like a W for Asian Americans or whatever. Meanwhile, some of you dumb motherfuckers literally think you're going to get into better schools when you were just not even in the consideration because you're Asian. No, that's not the reason, okay? You're not in the consideration because you're not rich, okay? That's it. That's it. So you're dumb for thinking that this is like opening doors for you, okay? Dumb. Geraldo says he's heading for the World Trade Center while on a speeding boat after learning he was fired from Fox News. Okay, shut up. I don't care about that. This quite literally is a dereliction of duty. If you're a journalist and you fucking covered this story like a group of Asian American students are suing Harvard, you're a fucking piece of shit. Because it wasn't a group of Asian Americans suing Harvard, okay? It was a group created by a white guy who used Asian Americans as fucking props suing Harvard, okay? That's it. It was a group led by white guys, created by white guys that was representing white people's interests, and they just decided, pretty good idea to fucking, utilize Asian people instead. Washington Post Scholar poll, do you favor, from October 2022, do you favor or oppose Supreme Court? All people favor, do you favor or oppose the Supreme Court banning colleges and universities from considering race and ethnicity in admissions? This is according to Steve Kornacki. 63% favor it. 66% of white people favor it. 47% of black people favor it. 60% of Hispanic people favor it. 65% of Asians favor it. Okay? They all wanted to ban colleges and universities considering race and ethnicity in admissions. Now, the idea that the Supreme Court was operating with the interest of what these people wanted, like this poll, and that's why they did it, goes directly against the the significantly more popular Supreme Court decision, which was protecting abortion, the constitutional right to have bodily autonomy, for the record. So just remember that, okay? Also, this entire conversation has been tarnished and tainted by people who very effectively, this conversation has been tainted very effectively by those who utilized white supremacist understandings that is foundationally important to our social development here in America. And also, it tugged on the heartstrings of Americans who believe that there's like real fairness in this country. Okay? They also do not understand how affirmative action works. They think, oh, any black person is getting in automatically to these top institutions on the virtue of being black. That's not how this worked at all. But it doesn't fucking matter. Because the conversation has been cooked for many years Dude, every grandpa or uncle has this story. This is the identical story to my grandfather, by the way. With additional with additional seasoning on top of it. Came here with no money in his pocket, okay? And he couldn't speak a lick of English, and he had someone who speaks English right, New York, on a piece of paper that he brought with him, and he would just show it to people until they pointed him in the direction of New York. Which didn't work. He landed in fucking New Jersey, which is, you know, I'm not going to get into that. That part sucks, okay? Imagine, out of all the fucking places in America you're going to, you land in goddamn New Jersey, the fucking worst. At least it wasn't like Louisiana. Holy shit. My heart goes out to all the immigrant, first generation, second generation immigrant children that were born in like Wisconsin or some shit, because like that's what their fucking parents thought was like the fire place to be in, okay? It's not the absolute worst, but it's still pretty bad. Like, New York is right there. Could have been worse. Could have been Philadelphia. That's true. Putting an S in the wrong places when you're referencing brand names, and also taking out an S from places that there should be an S, like Coca-Cola's. I mean, even I do it sometimes, to be fair. Like Kroggers. No, at the end. Yeah, let's go to Applebee. Wait, Kroger's has an S though, right? Dunkin's Donut every fucking time. Even I do that. Kroger's does have an S at the end of it. Okay, you guys are debating me. Let me look it up. Fuck you. Oh my God, it does not have an S at the end of it. Okay. Listen, like I said, you could be fucking fluent, okay? You could be fluent in English and still have a hard time with the S's. That's normal. Another weird one for Turkish people is W's and V's, okay? It's weird. I have a hard time sometimes with W's and V's, and it's just like, it's probably extra weird when I say something wrong, because like I sound perfectly fluent otherwise, and then sometimes I'll just throw like a hard V in there and swap it out for a W, because like it's not a letter that I learned in the Turkish alphabet. Like W doesn't exist. I'm so hungry. Take me to Arby. Hasn't affirmative action been objectively a failure, though? Not saying it should be removed, but it hasn't done what it set out to accomplish. It's offered, I think, a small, tiny, marginal amount of upward social mobility to some minority groups that have been able to escape the horrors of intergenerational poverty. Okay? It's not like it's not. It basically is like diversity initiatives in hiring in programs. Like, it helps out a little bit, mostly just a Band-Aid. Not going to eliminate or eradicate white supremacy from society, but ultimately it's better than nothing. It was okay, let me tell you something, okay? That was the only thing that white people were going to allow, okay? That's why it's a fucking Band-Aid. Because that's the only thing that white people were going to allow. White people were never going to allow like an actual solution. They were just going to allow a Band-Aid, which they only, allowed for what, 45, 46 years? And then they were like, nah, fuck this, actually. We're ripping the Band-Aid off too. Fuck you. Fuck you. There's an intersection where people assume that black people are getting jobs they don't deserve, and where it's actually true that some schools and employers who do not properly recruit For the qualified black candidates just hire for optics does not mean that affirmative action doesn't work. It just means the racism is systemic. The problem, though, isn't necessarily that the top institutions don't have enough black and brown students. The problem is lower schooling is fundamentally unequal due to redlining, okay? Due to the funding vehicle for our public schools in this country, having it be funded almost entirely through localized taxation, okay? And tax allocation in general, that has created a system where literally public institutions for poor people is always churning out significantly worse outcomes for people that go to said public institutions from poor backgrounds, okay? So they don't get the same level of education that you can get if you went to a public institution in a rich neighborhood that you can buy into by purchasing a home in a rich neighborhood. That's why it's not necessarily race that absolutely dictates your financial future in this country. It's your zip code, okay? You can make incredible assertions down to like 98% certainty by looking at someone's zip code, okay? It determines your future. It determines your future prospects. 50,000 viewers from 30K. First of all, it was 32K. And secondly, we already welcomed the bots back into our home, okay? The bots left for a little bit, and then they came back. I already acknowledged it. That is, in many respects, about class, okay? Where you live, what your zip code is that you grew up in, determines what class you're in, usually, okay? And I don't mean class in a Marxian sense here. I'm talking about class in like the capitalist, middle class, upper class, lower class sense, okay? Now, having said that, yeah, you can literally predict people's annual salary and average age of death from a zip code alone. Now, having said that, your zip code is also, if you're black especially, determined by your race, historically speaking. Okay? So there's that reality. So race does factor into it. Newsflash, in the United States of America, touching a touchy subject here, your race does, on average, tend to dictate what zip code you're from. It's called segregation. It's called redlining. So all of a sudden, you arrive at the same problem again. But most people in positions of power who happen to be white and wealthy don't want to offer real economic restitution to right those wrongs of the past that were done on the virtue of the color of your skin. Then they allow this Band-Aid solution. Dude, it goes even deeper than that. Poor people are less likely to have cars. Good luck doing extracurricular activities after school if your parents don't have a car, unless you want to walk home by yourself at night. No extracurriculars, hard to get into colleges, etc., etc. Circle repeats. Yes, it determines every aspect of your life. If you're from a poorer family, you might actually also need to work. Whether you work to help your family out, or whether you work for pocket change that give you opportunity to even take the fucking bus. You might be in a neighborhood where there's no bus routes. Many places don't even have adequate public transit. So if you don't have a car, you have nothing. Class rules every part of your lives. Okay? Which, by the way, I'll give you another example. Right? The Asian model minority. The irony of this is the irony of this when we're talking about class is also very thick. Okay? Think about this. When we talk about the model minority myth, the Asian model minority myth, okay? We're not fucking talking about Vietnamese kids, third generation Asians. We're not talking about Indonesians. We're not talking about, Pakistani children. We're talking about upper class, first generation Asian students, like foreign exchange students or Asian students that are coming in from wealthier backgrounds. We're not talking about Laotians, okay? We're not talking about Filipinos. We are talking specifically about rich people, okay? Rich Asian students. Now, it's not their fault that they're rich. Obviously, I'm not saying that, right? But the model minority myth doesn't even fucking factor all Asians in that conversation. It simply factors the wealthiest Asians into that conversation. It's the same principle behind Nigerians coming into the United States. Nigerians are the highest educated ethnic group in this country, okay? Like, significantly higher than white people across the board, significantly higher than every other ethnic background. Because Nigerians that are able to come into the United States of America are coming from very affluent backgrounds. So that's why they are the highest educated ethnic group in this country. 100%. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Shut the fuck up. Yes, it is. So how did that happen? Because if you are... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, it's not. No, it's not. Why do you always say this? Why do you always say this? It might have changed in recent years, but historically speaking, Nigerians have always been the highest educated, the most educated group in America. It might now be number 2. Maybe like Indians lap them or something. Okay. I don't know why chatters always say, no, you're wrong. Like, come on, Google faster because I am Nigeria. Education has nothing to do with wealth. Oh, so you're not even saying that Nigerians aren't the most educated. You're just saying something demonstrably stupid. Okay. Every Nigerian except for this guy, okay? I take it back. It's so dumb. What do you mean your educational opportunities have nothing to do with your fucking background? How many poor Nigerians are coming into the United States of America? How do you think the American immigration system works, you dumb fuck? Do you think that America is opening up lines of immigration to poor people from these countries? No, they're not. That's the reason why I used Vietnam as an example, because the groups of minorities, the groups of fucking immigrants that come into the United States of America as a consequence of wars that we've fucking caused are oftentimes not coming from the upper crust, the wealthiest individuals, which is precisely the reason why they don't have the same fucking educational outcomes. Because education always has something to do with fucking wealth, okay? Couldn't find a study or graph, but this says Indian Americans number 1, Jewish Americans number 2, Nigerian Americans number 3. Most educated ethnic groups in America. This is such a weird Jewish Americans number 2. Like, this is a spicy list, okay? Yeah, bachelor's and beyond. Nigerians' education pursuit is above the rest, whether driven by immigration or family data. Jewish Americans is a weird thing to put into that list. I'm just going to say it. It's a little odd. The niche? What the fuck is the niche? Nigeria's most educated U.S. residents. 63% of first-generation Nigerian immigrants to the United States are college educated. In comparison, 40% of non-Hispanic whites aged 25 and older had a bachelor's degree or higher. Okay. Second-generation Nigerian Americans excel. They're more highly concentrated at the upper levels than any other group. For example, second-generation Asian men, 7.3 obtained PhD or professional degrees compared to 14% for second-generation Nigerian men. Biden went on MSNBC. Anyway. Me personally, it's just that I don't like how you're making it seem like Africans have it easier than black Americans. We do not. There's a certain work ethic you get to where you come from certain backgrounds. Oh my God. We're 100% not opening up this fucking can of worms, okay? Don't do this discourse in here. That is not what I'm talking about at all. Work ethic does not factor into this. Shut the fuck up. It's literally affluence. Look at me, okay? Do you think the random poor Turkish family gets to come to the United States of America? No, they don't. Shut up, okay? There are outliers, but by and large, okay, if you are coming into this country, that means your family, if you're coming to this country from not an accepted country, okay, not like a profoundly white country, let's say, that's it. You're most likely going to be coming from a higher socioeconomic status family. That's it. This has nothing to do with your, like, you know, you might have a great work ethic on top of that, but ultimately, that's the reality, okay? Because the American immigration system wants that to happen. I hate this conversation. People are constantly fucking misconstruing the points that I'm making. This is the reality, okay? This is the reality. Come on, man. Chatters, don't be fucking dumb. If you're rich, it's easier to get in and you will most likely have higher education. Haas is right. Don't be fucking rad libs. Yeah, it's very frustrating when people are like misconstruing the point that I'm trying to make here. Okay? Like, there is a trope of like a Syrian doctor driving cabs in this country for that reason, okay? You got motherfuckers who were like engineers and doctors that come to the United States of America and have to do like menial labor because the only way that they can get into the country was because of their prior financial affluence or status, their work status that allowed them a foot in. I swear to fuck, Hasan, you are the chosen one, the pauser of humanity. You already know. You were talking about the model minority myth. Yes, the reason why I'm bringing up the model minority myth and then this conversation devolved into like financial status is because the model minority myth is not drawn on the boundaries of all of the minorities that fit that racial group that you're pointing to. Okay? You're not talking about Laotians. You're not talking about Vietnamese people. You're not even talking about third generation immigrants in this country. Okay? The model minority myth is designed around the wealthiest immigrants that are coming in from wealthier from wealthier backgrounds, okay? And yes, they do happen to do better in school. Former finance minister of Afghanistan drives for Uber. My best friend's dad was a principal at a private school in Kenya. When they came to America, he ended up pushing carts at a grocery store. Yep. Yep. Many such examples, many such cases. Okay. Say bye-bye, bots. Bots left again. Bye-bye, bots. Yes, thank you. There's a completely invisible group of poor Asian immigrants coming into this country that people never talk about. They don't benefit from shit, yet are placed in the same category as wealthy Asians. Yep. Goodbye, bots. Like, Caltech is purely score-based, not even legacy admissions, which is also not conducive to create, like, fostering an environment that's good for education, okay? Especially because the scores themselves do not reflect on like the experiences of a person, okay? And I say this as someone who, I repeat, maxed out on the fucking SAT math. My score overall wasn't that great, but it was good enough to get like scholarships and whatnot. I got one from GW, which my parents will never let me live down, even fucking, what, almost 20 years after the fact? Well, not 20, but like 10 years after the fact. 10 years after my graduation, and my parents still fucking talk about how I got a $30,000 a year or no, $50,000. No, it wasn't a full ride. Yeah, I think it was like literally $30,000 scholarship to George Washington University, and then I chose to go to fucking University of Miami instead, and they still are upset about that. Okay, they're like, oh, but this is, on the one hand, you have like a good institution, you know what I mean? George Washington, that's respected. Same with Brown. Or was it Boston University? I think I got into, I don't think I got into, maybe I didn't get into Brown. I don't remember. Or maybe I didn't apply to Brown. I don't know. But I got into a bunch of these like really good fucking schools. Okay. Really like prestigious institutions, let's say. Okay. Boston University. None of the Ivies, right? Obviously. But George Washington University, all these fucking schools, and they were all throwing money my way as well. Okay. And what did I do? I went to University of Miami, a decision that my parents never let me live down, okay? And then they made me transfer to Rutgers. Now you argue with 12-year-olds on the internet on why Nazism is bad. Yeah. Well, regardless. You're describing every Mena parent. Yeah, they tried their hardest. They tried their fucking hardest, okay? They tried their hardest to try to get me to do a good job and get an important golden bracelet, as it's called, a golden bracelet job like engineer, doctor, or lawyer. Okay, that's what they wanted me to do, and I fucking lied to them, and I said, "Oh yeah, certainly, I'll go to law school." I was never interested. I feel that I got Ivy League scholarships, albeit not complete ones for all of them, for football, and went to a state school in Missouri with a 98% acceptance rate. Yeah, but I feel like you made a football decision, not necessarily an educational decision. You're so lucky you became famous. Yes, I became famous because I am lucky. There is no person that becomes famous without a tremendous amount of luck. Now you're a Twitch streamer. Who cares? My brother has a master's, okay, in engineering, literally works for a top institution, blue chip, builds satellites, and let's be real, okay? I think I'm in a much better financial circumstance than he is. So, yeah. If you had your choice now, where would you want to go? I mean, obviously, because I love my current position, I would not change a single fucking thing that I did because all of those situations lined up so perfectly and I wouldn't want to change a thing. But having said that, if I were to make a decision now, I probably would not have gotten, I either would not have gotten a 2.9 in Miami, both semesters, which made my parents furious. Okay, wasn't a 3.0. I think if it was a 3.0, I could have salvaged it a little bit, but because it was under a 3.0, they were like, dude, are you joking? Okay. Which, by the way, make no mistake, I went to a state school instead. They transferred me to state school, which was cheaper. Okay. And guess what? I graduated with fucking honors. So they weren't wrong. There was plenty of partying happening at the state school too, but it wasn't Miami. Okay. Got a 2.9, and the only thing that kept me afloat and the only thing that got me a 2.9 was my fucking Calc 1 class. If it wasn't for Calc 1, it would have been even lower, okay? Literally. If it wasn't for that, I would have had an even lower fucking grade, okay? Also, now I wasn't, at that time, I wasn't 2.9 poli-sci, there's no way. At that time, I wasn't a poli-sci student. I had no fucking clue what I was doing. No, on Calc 1, I got an A+. Everything else was shit. Anyway, as a first, I'm also the first without a golden bracelet. I'm not famous, but I live in LA and I'm serious in debt because of my masters. Yeah. So tutor me in Calc? I don't remember anything. I will get owned. I probably would never. Dude, math, a lot of people forget that math is about repetition, okay? If you don't use it, you will lose it. And I haven't used it in fucking like 10 years, more than 10 years. So I will get fucking owned. I can't even do basic math anymore. I totally forgot the çarpım tablosu. I don't know. What is that called? Because like in Turkey, you learn how to do, what is it called? Times tables. Yeah, you have to memorize it. You can't use a calculator. You can't use a calculator at all. Again, remember, a lot of this stuff I learned in Turkish, so there are gaps. In my knowledge. But ultimately, Amerikalılar çarpım tablosu ezberliyor mu? Hayır. Bunlara şey veriyorlar. Calculator veriyorlar. Manyakla bunlar. Ben de anlamıyorum. Belki de daha doğru aslında. Order of operations, Annie. Don't take this the wrong way, but it always surprises me how smart you actually are. I am not smart. I'm a fucking idiot. Being good at math doesn't mean you're fucking smart. It just means you like, or your brain was broken, okay? From a very early age to like memorize these things that you don't even need to fucking know. I mean, actually math is important to know. Yeah, it means you're an obedient math dog. I agree. That definitely is the case. But don't say you're an idiot. People will use it against you. No, people already call me an idiot. And then they also say that I think I'm super smart when I don't think I'm super smart, but at least I'm smart enough to know that at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. Here's a math equation. How do you avoid the top of the hour ad break? Oh, that's right, with a $5 a month subscription or a free one in the form of a Twitch Prime, as long as you have an Amazon Prime account connected to your Twitch account. The Twitch account is free. Or you can get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Right, here is the 3-minute ad break now. Florida Peacocks, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Your apology vid just dropped. What? Did you see the court found the school police officer did not have a duty to protect the 17 victims of the school shooting in Parkland, Florida, not guilty of all charges? I'm so shocked. Hello? That is a Supreme Court protected decision, by the way. The Supreme Court has already offered the opportunity to, has already given a decision on this matter. Cops do not have a duty to protect you. Okay, let's watch the model minority myth now. The police have never had a duty to...
Boy, I'm sure glad we left the pool party, Trey. Math homework is way more fun.
Computer, that's the first thing you've ever said that doesn't add up.
You're so studious, Computer. Trey, you could learn a thing or two from his people. They're very wise.
Whoa! Time out! Here we go again. TV and movies are rampant with Asian stereotypes, especially the idea that Asian people are some kind of model minority. Smart, successful, polite, obedient, and of course, inherently good at math.
What's the big deal? Those are all compliments.
Well, these compliments actually originated in a government propaganda campaign, and not too long ago, white Americans actually thought the exact opposite.
Time in! In the mid-1800s, Americans were so hostile to Chinese people, the country passed laws banning Chinese immigration and denying their freedoms. They were stereotyped as a lazy, opium-addicted, menacing horde dubbed the Yellow Peril.
And your old Uncle Sammy didn't stop there.
Uncle Sammy!
Yeah, Uncle Sammy hasn't been such a cool uncle. Because of anti-Asian racism during World War II, the United States interned Japanese Americans in concentration camps.
Hey, it's our Japanese friend Kenji from up the street. Oh, that's not your friend. That's a spy. He wants to kill Americans.
Uncle Sammy, why didn't you do that to German Americans in World War II?
Yeah, I wonder.
Because they're white.
But all that changed when the U.S. needed to
Good question.
suck up to its Asian allies during the Cold War. See, as the Soviet Union rose to power, the U.S. worried that Soviet propaganda was making communism sound...
Germans did basically lose their cultural identity and forcibly integrated into the WASP in-group during World War I, or leading up to World War I even.
Dynamite.
America is so racist, am I right? It's like, hey, USA, cut it out. Woof. Guess I better have mercy on these Asians.
So America embarked on a propaganda campaign to tout Asian American success stories. The State Department highlighted Asian American artists, politicians, and even sent an all-Chinese American basketball team on tour overseas.
Forget all that nastiness earlier. America loves our Asian sports heroes.
And in 1965, Congress approved a landmark immigration law that ditched racist restrictions. But it gave preference to immigrants who had training, talent, or skill sets that would benefit the U.S. economy.
Sammy and the Rippers are changing their tune. Borders now open for smart, successful Asian immigrants. Wow, now that I've let all these educated, successful Asians into America, I've got to say, Asian Americans sure are successful and educated.
So America went from a country that despised Asians to one that held them up as a shining example of assimilation. And this self-fulfilling prophecy resulted in the model minority myth.
And the most sinister part of this myth is it was used to put other minorities down, and it's still...
Yeah, because everything that you do about any kind of marginalized community from any kind of background has to work at the behest of putting down black people, usually. It's just like... It's black people and then varying degrees of other kinds of minorities, but certainly almost always about anti-blackness. Like there's a different adjusting scale depending on your proximity to blackness.
Holding people back today.
Oh, it's our very special guest star, professor of history at Indiana University, Ellen Wu.
Why did I need to use the ladder, Adam? Aren't we on the ground floor?
It's a sitcom thing.
In the 1960s, government officials looked at socioeconomic data from African American communities and contrasted it to the so-called family values and stability of Asian Americans. Now, this fueled racist claims that black people had no one to blame but themselves if they experienced poverty and other social disadvantages. Conservatives went on to use these claims to justify making cuts to many essential social programs for African Americans and other disadvantaged minority groups.
They were even used to argue against civil rights.
Come on, you don't see Computer complaining about fair and equal protection. Asians earned their place in this country. Why can't you?
What? No, Uncle Sammy, you helped Asian people. Why can't you see that?
And the model minority myth hurts Asian people too. If an Asian American student is struggling in school, many teachers assume that they don't really need extra help. And it's not true that all Asians are crazy rich and successful.
Yep, that's the other part of the model minority myth. That's ridiculous. As I said, it's like it's either brain drain or mostly from affluent backgrounds, and it totally just erases the existence of any kind of Asian groups that are not in that that do not fit that category.
The poverty rate for Asian Americans is actually higher than the national average.
And frankly, it's kind of ridiculous that we lump people from so many different backgrounds together as Asian.
Yeah, Asian people are not a monolith. Trey, you and your multi-ethnic adopted parents keep referring to me as your smart Asian neighbor. Specifically, I am Korean American, and sure, I'm smart, but I also love ultimate frisbee. Why doesn't anybody talk about that?
You know what this is, messed up? Computer's a person who contains multitudes and probably has a real name. You know what, Uncle Sammy? This is all your fault. Get out of my room.
Whoa, watch the hair.
I visit a retired...
Okay. So yeah, we covered both of those things that we were talking about beforehand. We covered the different kinds of issues that pertain to the affirmative action debate and conversation.
Yes. This has, I think, been held for 40 years. That affirmative action has been in place. Now they have upended that. Stare decisis, as you attorneys call it, it's no longer in this case. What do you make of this decision and what it means to those going to college now and to the universities themselves?
Well, I don't think we can even overstate the role that race has played in our society as a country. And it also is a very big part of one's identity. And so part of the college admissions process is the practice of a student, a potential applicant, detailing why they believe.
Bro, stop. 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 I know. Stop. You don't know how far I am from the auction. Stop. Like this level of parasocialism is like insane, okay? I know. Oh my God, dude. That's crazy.
Leave their identity and being ought to be an additive addition to a particular school. Now, it'll be very hard for an admissions process and an admissions.
Chad's about to be like, dude, you didn't pack yourself a lunch, a little lunchy poo. And we know that you normally eat around this time, so I'm really worried that you're going to be hangry when you get to the auction place. Please, don't forget to pack yourself a lunchy poo for the long trip that you're going to take over to the fucking auction place where they're shooting the auction. Holy fuck, dude.
office to delineate between how a student views themselves and their identity and what can now be considered in practice. An example that came up during the Supreme Court oral arguments is the idea of, well, what about a student who is writing about their personal identity as it relates to their race? Is the admissions office to look at that essay, burn it, throw it out, and say, I cannot see this here because it deals with race? And I want to read for you a quick notion here. I know we're short on time.
It should be through a socioeconomic assessment that the proper educational aid is offered, and that way you prevent treating a race or ethnic group as a monolith. That already exists in the form of financial aids, but as far as admissions goes, I agree. I think that should happen. I am not I'm not against doing that. I think that is a good thing to do.
But the monumental...
Wow, the people who support and care about you, how dare them? Oh, come on, come on, come on. I'm a 32-year-old adult. Come on. Come on. You can't reframe that shit. Even the person who said it understood that they were overstepping boundaries. Like, Jesus Christ.
Consequence of the decision cannot be overstated. Everyone from Apple to IKEA to Starbucks joined in briefs to talk about racial diversity, improving decision-making by increasing creativity, communication, and accuracy. Some of the largest law firms in our country spoke about the private bar and the legal profession benefiting from a diverse pool of talent from which to recruit. Retired admirals, a group of them, and generals also told the court that, quote, diversity in the halls of academia directly affects performance in the theaters of war. And so for those who believe that the confines of affirmative action in the decision is going to be here only in the halls of Harvard or perhaps the University of North Carolina, you have these amicus briefs and details about the impact more broadly and the potential domino impact of this decision.
All right, Laura, stand by for a minute, because obviously what is going to matter now that we know that the courts have basically overturn the idea of affirmative action or considering race in college admissions is how they state it specifically. What are the parameters, the exact language? Let's go back to Jessica Snyder, who's got some quotes here. Jessica, what have you learned?
So, John, that's key, because this opinion does contain a bit of nuance here. Broadly, colleges and universities, they can no longer have applicants, check a box that says which race they are, and they can't expressly consider the race. However, within this opinion, which is a 6-3 opinion led by the conservatives, they do say that nothing in this opinion should be construed as prohibiting university from considering an applicant's discussion of how race affected his or her life, be it through discrimination, inspiration, or otherwise. So that indicates, and that was a question that did come up at the arguments, can applicants mention their race at all in their essays, in other things that they submit, in letters of recommendation and the like? Okay. This is saying that in a broad sense, universities can look at race when it pertains to how it has affected someone's life, but they can't really have someone check a box saying exactly what race they are. So in the broad sense, they're saying that the way UNC and Harvard and other colleges and universities across the country have operated up to this point, they say that that violates equal protection, but they're not completely banning universities and colleges from considering race in the broad sense, and particularly how someone's race has affected their life. So what's interesting here, we are waiting for more dissents from the bench, because so far we've just been hearing from Chief Justice John Roberts reading parts of the opinion. But I will tell you that Justice Sonia Sotomayor has written a fiery dissent here, where she says that these rules, this rolls back decades of precedent and progress. She says that this will have a devastating impact. And that's something that throughout the months of covering affirmative action, devastating impact is a theme that came up again and again. These universities have already told the court in amicus briefs, even the universities in California and Michigan who haven't been allowed to use affirmative action for years, they say that there really is no substitute for affirmative action. They've tried to diversify their campuses, but they say in large part they've been unsuccessful in using other race-neutral methods. So Justice Sonia Sotomayor putting a point on that, saying that she believes this will have a devastating impact. but obviously a 6-3 decision telling colleges and universities you can no longer explicitly use race as a factor in your admissions policies.
And let's dig into this. Jessica, thank you for pointing this out. Continue digging through it. I found that it's page 39, Ellie, is where she's reading from, and I was looking at it. The words matter, and the Chief Justice wrote this opinion. Let's read them because it's important. At one point, he writes here, both programs lack sufficiently focused and measurable objectives warranting the use of race, unavoidably employ race in a negative manner, involve racial stereotyping, and lack meaningful endpoints. We have never permitted admissions programs to work in that way, and we will not do so today. At the same time, as all parties agree, nothing in this opinion should be construed as prohibiting universities from considering an applicant's discussion of how race affected his or her life, be it through discrimination, inspiration, or otherwise.
So that's a crucial passage because that gives some guidance on what is still in play. And again, the key term here is what we call race-neutral factors. So we're not checking boxes. Students are not required to say what race they are. And one of the things the Supreme Court objects to, and was objected to in oral argument, is giving a specific numerical bump based on race. However, there still are things, as the passage you just read, Kate, makes clear, that colleges can do to try to generate diverse classes for themselves. For example, you can look at what's in a student's essay. You can't restrict what students write in an essay, and yes, colleges can consider that. There are other race-neutral factors. Economic background, is someone first generation, that colleges can take into effect. What I think is really interesting is there is a recognition here, even in the majority, which is striking down affirmative action, that racial diversity is a virtue. It is a value. They're not saying it's a bad thing or it's meaningless. The question is, what are the constitutional means to get there? And that's sort of the dilemma that they're really grappling with here.
It has been 4 years since the justices read their opinions out loud like this for all of us to see and for us to have a dissent from the bench because of COVID. They hadn't been on display like this. And, to John's point about this generational shift, the weight of history was so evident in the room as the justices began to read. Chief Justice John Roberts sitting in the middle of the nine with the Solicitor General and all these lawyers sitting in front of him, and his wife Jane kind of slips in right before he starts to read. So you could have heard a pin drop, and he announces right off the bat that they're rolling back all affirmative action. And I have to say, there was a bit of defiance in his voice, even though Kate, Sarah, John, this is something John Roberts has been working on for himself many, many years, back to his time as a young Ronald Reagan administration lawyer. He does not believe in any kind of race-conscious remedies. He went on about how race-conscious admissions results in racial balancing, which is against the Constitution's equal protection guarantee. And what he did was he spun words out of the 2003 Grutter decision that you all have referenced to say there was always supposed to be a deadline on this. It was always supposed to end. So he took bits of history and just steered it right toward the time is now, no regrets, we're doing this. And then he only took about 10, 15 minutes to read his, but then Clarence Thomas, who was with the majority, the court's only black male justice at this point, starts to read his. Now, one thing I would just say, watching these other justices listening, Ketanji Brown Jackson, our newest justice, the first female African-American justice, just sat looking out stone-faced the entire time this is going on. Some of the justices are looking at their colleagues as they're reading, but she looked out, not betraying anything on her face, although we know how she felt because of what then unfolds. So Justice Thomas, he really immediately goes to the fact that these programs could have discriminated against Asian Americans, and he harkened back to slavery and all the wrongs of history, the Jim Crow era, and put these programs in that category. And
Holy fuck, the audio was so low. My bad. I had to take Kaya outside here. Well, she didn't poop. But I had to take Kaya outside and then put her in a crate. Been doing great on the crate. Hopefully this will be I mean, we'll see what happens. This will be the first. This will be the first time I leave her for an extended period of time. I think Supreme Court got the affirmative action case right. I'm sick of the stereotypes that attach all minorities because of this policy. It was necessary in the beginning, but it has become counterproductive. But legacy admissions, which are more unfair, must also be banned. I mean, it has become counterproductive and it's necessary in the beginning. Why does Cenk have these fucking takes? Well, I guess because, you know, kids are in the Asian category. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. I am, as someone who has defended affirmative action, I defend it on the grounds that it's like, it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's like ultimately super insignificant, and making a big stink about something that is ultimately insignificant as though that is like the main contributing factor. The main contributing factor into like real racism or whatever the fuck is so stupid because it doesn't even operate in the way that they claim it operates. Okay? It doesn't operate in the claim that the claim that right-wingers have made. It never has, and it never will. Okay? It's not like racial quotas. And like, it's ultimately a stupid, idiotic Band-Aid that even the Band-Aid is no longer offered. Dr. Rashad Ritchie explains the
The
SCOTUS
United States
ruling.
Supreme Court decide.
Wait, hold on. No, I'm gonna do. All right, I gotta go. Chat. Old Dirty Chatter, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. I have to go because I have to go to an auction right now. Thank you, Old Dirty Chatter, and thank you, Gentleman's Quilly. I am now on my way. I am auctioning off Ethnic Santa, for those of you who are wondering. See you on the other side. Connor Dog Virginia. And his stream, it's starting soon. Okay. Love you guys. This was a short and sweet one. I just wanted to get some of my thoughts out on affirmative action in this conversation. I will obviously be back tomorrow. I'm trying to do a PT stream as well. Okay. Eventually this week with the Aussies too. Am I suiting up? Not really, but I am wearing a fucking Japanese ass fit. You know what I mean? Wow. You're laying off your only POC employee. Yes, Ethnic Santa is gone. Charity.CDawgVA.gg if you want to see what I'm getting up to in a little bit. You'll see me there alongside a star-studded cast of other content creators who are also putting up their items for auction. Ethnic Santa is my item going up for auction. The charity is IDF, not the Israeli Defense Force, of course, but the Immune Deficiency Foundation. That's right. First live stream ever, and I love it. Having my girlfriend's Prime account connected was worth it. You already know it, baby. Anyway, love you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow bright and early at 11. Beauty Pie's also put up an item for auction, you know? That's like all the world's top content creators are there. They're all there. They're all doing it. They're all doing the damn thing, okay? Anyway, love you guys. See you tomorrow at 11. Peace.